Hi everyone.
Hello.
How you guys all doing? We have a new vampire here for this session. Yay! He will be part of next session. And it's this one.
Wait, next session or next season?
Both. Sure, whatever. Whatever happens next week. We had emergency call out due to sickness and all that stuff, and we all believe in self-care. So our friendly D. Ritten has decided to join us for this session, who will actually be part of next season as well. So yay!
Yay.
So
Thanks for having me. Hi.
Hello. So I'm running just a wee bit late. I do apologize as per usual because this is my life. So, it's a new Saturday. Everyone, you all know you have to do your rouse checks. Please let me know what you get. Please and thank you.
For once, I'm not hungry.
Yay!
Before.
You're hungry.
Oh God, I'm at the fridge.
Yep. So, forgive me if I monologue just a little bit longer than usual today because I have to tell people their lives and such. So we're going to start with Olivia this week really quickly because I'm going over people's goals they gave me last week. And being that D. Ritten really wasn't here last week,
I have no goals.
He has to go last. Sorry. So, for Olivia, you had a long talk with Derek. It was a very good heart-to-heart that siblings need to have once in a while. Maybe once in their lifetimes, because we all know how siblings are. He has told you about the safe in Chicago. It is downtown, and the combination is 940829. There are 2 keys needed, and Derek has one of them. He gives it to you. Then he says...
Do I recognize said key?
You know it's to a lockbox. You've seen safety deposit keys before, and there's usually 2 of them. The second key is needed. Derek has one, and he gives it to you. He also gives you a phone number. 312-555-9885. And he said to ask for daily for the second key. That's all he knows. He will tell you that he heard a lot of chattering up above on the first floor while he was in the basement being, shall we say, worked on. And so he heard all of the different conversations, bits and pieces of it, and that's what he got of it. Wrench, when you left a message with Wrench, she calls you back and says that the Fae at the moment have an accord with the Guru to protect and help fight. The Duchess has put Melody, a squirrel puka, in charge of intel, so be ready if she ever stops by.
Okay.
For Gabe, being the ever-loving, friendly neighborhood Tremere to do all the things for the La Sombra, you do go in, you do create the wards for them, and you do actually talk to them. The head woman that was there, she turns around, and as you bring up the name Sybil, they all shrink back at her name, and they even stay away from you, even more so. They don't actually crowd around you. The lady of the group says that they don't speak that name because the name gives power and can be used to be a beacon to show where you are. Many have been called to help the committees in the Camarilla, and it seems that they have older La Sombra artifacts. She mentions that the Seneschal is leading one of these said committees. And many of the La Sombra, except for and I'm blanking at the name at the moment, I apologize. Scourge. Thank you. The Scourge has actually decided to stay with the Camarilla, but she is quote-unquote guarding and watching what is done with said artifacts. She will mention that they've been picking up these artifacts in different warehouses, different areas, and you remember that your wards at Olivia's has not broken, that you know of to your knowledge. Now, for Morgan. Tonight, it starts out like every other night that it has been since November. Of course, you have your nip for the evening. You've received your files and reports from your company, and the key around your neck has been there for as long as you can remember. When you touch it at times, you get wisps of memories that you have long since forgotten, and you don't know why. So how do you guys want to start tonight?
With a Capri Sun, apparently.
Well, I'm hungry, so I think I will see if there is maybe someone from the IT department working late who will suit my palate. And if there is, then I will have a snack and wipe their memory.
Fair. All right. And Gabe.
Gabe is going to probably call Olivia and sort of check in and compare notes based off of what we've learned over the week. Especially because he's super concerned about this safe.
All right.
I'll probably answer the phone while I'm settling to start the nightly email perusing.
How are you?
Good so far. I've got information on that safe, but other than that, I'm still working on the paperwork for William.
Gotcha. Well, I did have a conversation with some of the new La Sombra in the area regarding some of the artifacts. Mind if I come over?
Nah, go ahead.
Right. And then I'll head on out to Olivia's, probably leave a note for Frank, just being like, back later, XO, Gabe.
Hugs and kisses?
Yeah, hugs and kisses,
Aww.
Gabe. Yeah.
While that's happening, I will be going through the files and everything from my company. I'll also be getting some things put into place to have a division that works nights and interfaces with East Asia, as a cover to hire some Thin Bloods so that I have things around to eat.
Okay, and actually, as you go through that docket to start making that team, you do notice new hires. Some of them are, just fresh out of college. You also see that there are a couple of tech geniuses that, seem to be late night owls or, night owls that work better at night. There are a couple that have little stars on their names from HR because you've actually hired a couple of ghouls to make sure that your palate is taken care of.
Okay.
So that they would be, ooh, this would be good to snack on here.
Okay. I will set up, try to arrange for interviews with the starred things, as well as, anyone else who looks exceptionally qualified.
Okay. So as you do this, you go through your normal evening. You are aware that at times people will interrupt you in your meetings. So while Gabe is going to be going over to Olivia's, you do your normal thing, and I'm going to let that fade for a moment and bring up the conversation really quick with Gabe and Olivia, if that's cool.
Okay. Is
Yes.
anything strange? Sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Have I gotten a response from the sire in the emails yet? And does anything strange come through my network?
Nothing has come in strange yet. You do know that your email was read and it usually takes them a couple of days to respond.
Okay. How are you, Gabe?
I'm doing good. So sort of talked with the Lasombra. They, first off, seem to be terrified of she who must not be named. Apparently, saying her name gives her power.
Bitch, we barbecue.
Yes. True. So I suppose the seneschal is leading the committee to sort of like oversee and keep an eye on these artifacts. The scourge is staying within the Camarilla, but it's kind of guarding things. To my knowledge, I think the wards on your warehouse are still up. I would be curious to recheck those though.
Yeah, we could head down there and recheck those. I don't think they have any reason to be worried about the other warehouses, though. We kind of barbecued the other
Burn
one.
them? Yes. That's what I'm hoping. But what have you learned about the safe?
I've got a number, and she's probably fishing through the mountain of yarn looking for shit right now. I've got a combination number and a key and a phone number to call about the other key, and Junie for player information because my bandwidth. What the hell? What name was I supposed to ask for?
Daily.
Thank you. And a name to ask for. I can probably call them on our way if you don't mind driving. I've really got to get something besides that Rolls Royce.
Sure, I'll drive. Yeah, let's start making our way there. You can call the number and maybe it'll be on the way. Who knows? It'll be convenient. Is it ever?
So I'm gonna chunk a couple skeins of yarn, and Cujo and Sparkles are gonna hop into the bag, and yeah. I do not toss the cats into the bag of shit. Okay, that's.
You
jump
totally
by
do.
themselves.
You totally do.
They follow the yarn. You toss the yarn. They're like,
You're not wrong. Day bomb. Only that Mrs. Sparkles is usually the last one because Cujo jumps in first, and she uses Cujo as kind of like that safety cushion. So whenever
Sparkles is experienced.
and you'll hear that ah! from in the bag after the cats jump in.
So I'll get in the car and dial the phone number.
Morgan, your phone's ringing.
Good evening. This is Morgan Daly.
Hello, Mr. Daly. My name's Olivia Vonage. My brother gave me information about a safe that I need to get into and told me that someone named Daly may have the other key I need.
Key, you say? Okay. I may have access to a key. I've got access to Circle, but can you tell me more about what this key might be for, Miss Vonage?
It's supposed to be for a safe deposit box that my father had somewhere. My father worked with Stanislaw, and I don't know if this is connected or not. We've been dealing with things.
Would I know that name, too?
I want actually give me a wits and awareness.
Okay. Second.
Yeah, you have to pull this all out. No worries. Take
Wits.
your wits is what wit is one
Awareness.
of your.
Okay, so it's 6 die.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I put those points into?
Okay.
Oh, that's what.
3 successes.
Stanislaw does ring a bell. You don't know how. It's kind of like one of those forgotten memories that kind of wisps into your front at times. More of like that deja vu kind of feeling.
And I assume, associate that with the feeling I get regarding the key that is on the chain.
Correct.
Okay. Very well, Miss Vonage. I think I know that name from somewhere. Where shall I meet?
Do you know about the Scarlet Drop?
I can't say that I've ever heard the name.
It's a coffee shop. I'm assuming if you have this number, you're one of our kind. Or have this key, you're one of our kind. The Scarlet Drop is a coffee shop that caters to us.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. If
Let me give you the-
can shoot me the address,
Right.
and I'll meet you there.
Absolutely. So I'll text him the address, and after I've hung up with him, I'll call Boblin and see about one of those private rooms.
So, for Morgan, you do know this is in Joliet, so it will be an hour south of where you're at from downtown.
Okay.
When you call the Scarlet Drop, Olivia, another person answers, and it is not Boblin. Hi, Scarlet Drop. How can I help you?
Hello, I'd like to see about reserving a private room for a meeting in about an hour or two.
Oh, sure. Are you on William's guest list? Or
I am pretty sure I'm on a VIP list, yes.
Oh.
Olivia Vonage.
Sure. Give me 1 second. I gotta consult that. Just give me a moment, and you'll be
Thank
put
you.
on hold, and that really bad hold music plays.
I'm gonna cover the phone. Gabe, did you know they replaced Boblin?
They replaced Boblin, those monsters!
Well, I think it might be more has help. Didn't she get promoted or something?
Well, she is like, I don't know, fairy princess or something. I'm not really sure what her title is, but yeah, she's special.
Okay.
Well, special to me.
I'm texting the driver and letting him know to get the car ready and sending him the address.
Will do. They come back with, yeah, hi, Miss Finch. I'm so sorry. Yes, in an hour or two, you said?
Yes, please.
How many people?
3.
3. Got you. Not a problem. Any kind of special things you guys need, or?
I think
What?
we'll order when we show up. We just need a private room.
Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm new to this position, so I'm just trying to get everything done appropriately.
Appreciated.
Yeah, Boblin kind of disappeared on us for a spell, so we're trying to cover everything we can.
Okay.
The lack of sprinkles apparently drove her away, or we couldn't get sprinkles. I don't know. Something about sprinkles and shiny things. That and something about Guru. I don't know. All I know is there's a crazy thing going on, and the Fae and other people are kind of going insane at the moment.
I'm gonna sigh very heavily. I'll add it to the list of things to deal with.
Oh no, don't worry about it. We're handling it. It's just right now it's slightly confusing, but we've got it on hand, Miss Vonage. Just count on us. My name is Antoinette. You can call me Tony.
Thank
for
you,
short.
Antoinette.
No problem. See you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, bye. And she hangs up.
Fudge, Junie.
So I've got to ask, is Antoinette's last name Marie?
No, that's her first name. Antoinette's the last name.
So, Boblin's missing. Something about sprinkles and Guru. I'm adding it to the to-do list.
You just see Gabe, like, processing, like...
This is what our life has come to.
Somebody's
Rethinking
messing
life
with my
decisions.
supply. Somebody's gonna die.
Somebody has my Boblin.
Please see TikToks for future Boblin updates.
God damn it, you're gonna make me TikTok.
That's where all the sprinkles are. It's on TikTok.
Well, Bubbles Nightmare Part 1, Part 2 is on TikTok. So as you guys drive, you are heading towards the Scarlet Drop right now, or are you headed towards the bank?
We're gonna check the warehouse first because it doesn't take us near as long to get to the Scarlet Drop.
Not a problem. So as you guys drive there, it's a standard drive. Takes you guys no time at all. Dewey is on shift this time. So as you guys get there, you see everyone's gone for the day. Dewey is probably at the doors checking and making sure all things good. Sees you guys pull in, gives you guys a wave.
Hey Dewey, how's things been going?
Going pretty good. I mean, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
You guys want to come in?
Yes, please.
Sure. He unlocks the door, opens the doors. We just got a new.
I'm gonna pull up.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. By all
No,
means.
go ahead.
No, you go first.
Since the beast and face sight up.
It's Dewey. Do you see?
Meant as we go inside the warehouse.
Yeah, it's Dewey. There's nothing Fae related going on. And Sense of Beast, just you smell two kindred and a ghoul.
Okay.
I guess I'll just start checking the wards on the place.
Give me a what's an awareness, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Also appreciates it. I appreciate you all.
Both of us? Or...
Yeah, sure. Why not? What the hell, Morgan?
Flat 4.
Okay. Morgan, your car has come to pick you up and starts driving down to Joliet.
I'll get in the car and, probably take an iPad and the paperwork with me and, try and be productive on the way.
Okay. It's a nice smooth ride. So I've got a 4 and I'm waiting for Olivia.
Brit 4.
With Sense the Beast up, you do know that there is two kindred and a ghoul here. But you do smell that other kindred have been here earlier. How earlier, you don't know. Gabe, your wards are there still. But you do see that there is almost a fresh painting around some of those wards. And you could see that the paint is starting to slowly erode the wards that you have started, or the wards that you had created.
Could
I'm gonna pull out the end. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine.
No, go ahead, Gabe.
The paint that's still fresh, could I attempt to unweave ritual on that?
You can
Using
certainly
that?
try, yes. Olivia?
I'm gonna pull out the inventory pad and pull up the employees. Do I have kindred on my employee?
You do not. You have ghouls and human. You do not have kindred in your employ.
Dewey, I need the visitor tally. Roster, whatever. And we'll start flipping through and checking inventory.
Yeah.
For the last week, everyone that's been here and hasn't.
Sure. Can you give me 5 minutes?
Absolutely, go for it.
Thank
I have the
you.
inventory on the tablet, so I can check through that while he's doing his thing.
You do know that you've gotten several more shipments for the Capones, and you've gotten 3 more shipments from, standard, businesses and contracts that you have around the city for humans, but nothing actually important that has come in.
Is anything missing?
No, nothing's missing. But from the logs that Dewey gives you in 5 minutes while Gabe is working on getting rid of that French paint, fresh paint. I didn't mean French paint, sorry. You do notice that there was,
this just got real complicated.
the paint decides to come in and starts, swearing cuss words in French at Gabe. It'll be slightly entertaining.
Jean-Luc?
Wait. And what happens is that you do see that there were maintenance calls for drips in the ceiling that have been splashing on, and they wanted to get that repaired. And a team has come in to paint over, and it looks like a water sealant paint, so that if more moisture on the floor occurs, it'll pull itself together and make it easier to clean.
To see who they called for that repair, who came in and did it.
Sure. They called the standard landlord, and the landlord subcontracted, but that's not on the list at the moment. All it says is landlord
I was
supplied.
the landlord.
You are
I thought I was the landlord.
You are not the landlord of the industrial park. You are the landlord of 3 different warehouses.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay,
rent.
I'll
You
tack
know
that to the bottom of my list of things to deal with.
that's fair. Gabe,
Yeah.
what did you get?
Double crit 8.
So as you see that you are working with this, your own magical power, you do, as you are counterspelling this, see that it's clashing against it. And because you got that double crit, you do see that you have overpowered it. But as you are doing this overpowering, you realize this isn't normal Tremere magic. This is not normal kindred magic from all of your understanding and studies of occult. This magic is alive, where, as you know, being kindred, your magic is static.
So could I assume it's like mage magic?
You may.
Room magic is a relatively standard look, isn't it?
No, it depends on who is doing it. And it depends on what
Okay.
kind of magic they are using. Different magic from different mages come out in different ways. There's no technical standard way, because depending on how they're doing their magic, coincidental versus vulgar comes out in different ways and different looks.
Okay.
I'm going to, and I guess because this was part of my goals, I don't know if I would have talked to her recently or not. I'm going to shoot a message to Rachel.
Okay.
Just kind of because mage magic wouldn't be super familiar to Gabe. Just kind of looking for some sort of information.
Okay.
Just about that, I guess.
Rachel would come back about maybe a couple minutes later with interesting. Magic can be used in almost any way. It sounds like it's a coincidental magic to hide a spell, to hide something, to get into a warded place. Now, she would have to look at it a bit more or see it to understand who it could have been, or if there was a signature attached to it.
I would message her back and ask if she could potentially meet me there at some point. Not immediately, but at some point.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
But you do.
Before we'll make sure. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, as the as your counter magic works, you will negate that area, and you will see it start to spread over all of the paint. And you've stopped it eroding your wards, but you're not going to stop it completely. You did get that crit, which stops it right there from eating everything. But as you see it regress, it doesn't regress as far as you would like. So at least you stopped it for at least a good maybe 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Before it possibly
which is
could grow
fine
again.
because I would want to leave some there to have Rachel look at. So I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right.
Before we leave, I'm gonna make sure Gabe has a security pass for the warehouse.
Okay.
Nice. And then I would let Olivia know what I found out, and I would let her know that I'm going to have Rachel meet me there to see if we can find out who cast it.
Okay.
Or, yeah, general idea.
So Rachel's to meet you at the drop
Well, then
then
this might be useful for you.
at some point.
Yeah, at some point. Her convenience.
Okay. So by this time you do realize you've got about a half an hour left before you have to meet Morgan at the drop. Morgan, you're halfway there.
Okay, so we have a meeting with the guy who's supposed to have the other key. He said Stanislaw rang a bell, so I'm not real sure how he's connected, but he's supposed to meet us at the drop in about half an hour. I called to do a private room. That's why I found out Boblin's missing. It's on the list.
Yes, it's very high on the list for me. But yes, we should probably make our way there. We wouldn't want to be late.
So as you guys
So,
get
yeah, I
into your
guess I'll
car,
tell Dewey to lock up, and
Okay.
yeah.
So you guys head back, and Morgan, as the limo arrives in front of the Scarlet Drop, Gabe, you see this limo rolling right in, and Morgan, you see a car behind you.
Morgan will get out and kind of adjust the jacket, look around a little bit, and walk in.
Morgan, what do you look like?
Tall, broad shoulders, blonde hair, blue eyes. Why not?
What kind of suit are you wearing?
Wearing a like a blue button-down, tan jacket. Chinos. Nothing exceptional.
Okay. It's nothing to flash that you're...
Yeah, I mean it's just I just took the normal everyday limousine.
Oh, the preppy look.
Right. This is the utility runabout limo, so I can keep the other limo in nice condition with low mileage for when I need it.
Gotcha. Okay, so Gabe and Olivia, you see this guy getting out of the limo, kind of preppy chic, kind of dressing down a slum it, as one would say, going into the Scarlet Drop.
Yeah, slumming it at only like $1,000 outfit.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if he wasn't, he'd be in the $5,000 suit.
Oh, at least.
Oh, I know,
Well,
right?
that doesn't look like one of my father's business associates. No one does.
So as
Fair assessment.
So as you walk in, Morgan, you see this really kind of like 1950s, almost 1960s, like it's almost like a soda jerk area, but it's really a coffee shop. And you see, at one side tables, another side is lined with booths, and you see the reflective mirrors. And then in the back, private, there's a sign saying, by invitation only, private offices. And you've got this big, long coffee and confectionery place to go order coffees. And you see that there are people there, and they're all sitting talking quietly, and people are busy behind the counter making things. And as you come in, somebody just waves, "Hi, welcome to the drop."
As we come in behind him, I'm going to reach down to the bag and let Mrs. Sparkles pop up on my shoulder.
Hi, I was supposed to meet Miss Olivia Vonage.
Right, you need to talk to Tony.
That would be me, Mr. Daly.
Oh,
Oh, Miss Vonage, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Antoinette, was it?
she's in back. I'll go get her. My name's Marie. Hold on for a moment.
Thank you, Marie.
And Marie just kind of gently starts to walk around the corner and then bounces like she's almost hopping to the back.
Hey, Gabe, add these people to my list, please. The weird is getting weirder.
What list am I adding this to? There's so many lists.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull out. Just a moment. I'm pulling out a tablet and adding the crazies at the drop to the bottom of the list of things to deal with this week.
As Marie disappears, it's no more than maybe 3-4 seconds later. There's a girl with a silver tray and there's cake on it. And she kind of like almost glides like she's wearing rollerblades. She's like, oh, hi, you guys are here. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Cake's here.
Yeah.
And she kind of hands it to somebody behind the counter. And then she does this half circle around and says, what can I get you guys while I take you?
Espresso. Heavy on the espresso, please.
Sprinkles or none?
No.
No.
No sprinkles today. Thank you.
Boblin's not here, so the sprinkles are normal.
Hi,
Go play.
Mom.
You can see what I'm doing. Go play.
Well, I'll thank you, but I'll pass for now.
Sure, I mean, we can get you topped off, not a problem.
I have some dietary restrictions.
Don't we all?
That's fair, but I'm really just not hungry right now.
Okay. Technically you are, you're two.
I thought that I had gone down to have a snack for my tea after.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That kind of one.
You rolled a 0. That's why I was like, yeah, you're technically two.
Oh! I rolled a 0. I thought a 0 was high with the rest of it. Okay.
No, it's backwards.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Okay.
We'll work with it. No worries. Tony will look to Gabe.
Caramel macchiato, whipped cream, and sprinkles, please.
Absolutely. Before Boblin disappeared, I got some things for you if you want it now.
Yes, I would very much. And where exactly has she disappeared to?
We don't know.
Folderol.
She's completely lying, and you can tell that she's worried and concerned. Actually, everyone in the staff is worried and concerned, and they're not lying.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. But she'll skate over to one of the rooms and open the door and say, okay, we put you into the Jean-Claude room. I hope you don't mind. Williams is a little bit cramped at the moment.
I'm sure we prefer Jean-Claude's. Thank you so much.
And Jean-Claude's is actually a nice room that could fit probably about 7 or 8 people. It's a very, almost like a French burlesque kind of decor. And it's not overly stated, but it's very colorful. And when you guys go in, she'll close the door and skate off to go get your drinks.
Olivia's going to sit down with a sigh. I would like my to-do list to go away someday.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm sure. Right. I'm sure Mrs. Sparkles is curled up on a couch somewhere because she's not drinking the coffee.
You
Was
have
someone missing?
The girl that normally runs this place is a friend of ours. We're not entirely sure where she went. It's on the list.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
It's not the first time she's gone off on her own. It's just the first time she's done it without telling somebody.
Fair enough.
What would you
I'm
like
sorry.
to know about my... Go ahead.
I missed your name to Gabe.
Oh, Dr. Gabriel. It's
Dr.
nice-
I'm
Gabriel,
sorry.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Yes.
Dr. Gabriel's part of my coterie. We were checking on some things before the meeting.
Would I know what a coterie is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just think of basic Kindred 101 you kind of had. You've just never seen it applied.
Right. Oh, wonderful.
Boy, we're a fun introduction for him.
so sorry, Morgan.
They say this now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fish out my tablets. Mr. Daly, what is it you know about the safe or the key? Anything?
Well, I have been given a key to keep track of. I'm not sure what it's to. It looks like a safe deposit box key to me.
Don't those have numbers stuck on them? So I'm gonna pull out the one that I was handed. But does it happen to match this one?
Do I need to roll wits and awareness for that?
You could just take off your key and look at
Oh, I
it.
was trying to avoid pulling
Oh, okay.
out the... Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Do wits and awareness.
Okay, so now a 0 is high, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I have, I guess, a 3 because I rolled an 8, a 0, and everything else is 5 or below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's a 4 because I consider zeros a double.
Okay. Oh, that's right. An 8 or 9 is also a double, right?
No, just the zeros. Just the zeros are
Okay.
because if you get 2 zeros, if you get 2 dice with a 0, that's a crit.
Okay. So yeah, I rolled an 8, a 0, a 5, and everything else is junk. And I think the 5's
Fives, yeah, everything from 1 to 5 is fail, 6 and up. So you got 3.
Yep, got 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
you
right,
would
please.
notice this and you would believe that they match up.
Okay. Yeah, that looks like the same to me.
Means the safe probably is related to Stanislaw.
Yeah, I know that name, but I don't recall where I know that name from.
Stanislaw was a very old, very high-ranking vampire. He ran my father's business, which was apparently smuggling vampiric artifacts into the country.
Oh, wow.
I've taken over now, and we've not smuggled much in.
Okay, so are you looking to get back into that business?
Absolutely not. It's almost gotten me killed a few times, and I didn't even know it existed.
Well, and no business is worth that.
Not in my world. Apparently my father had different ideas. Has different ideas. So, unfortunately, Stanislaw has passed. We got involved with the very dangerous business that happened in the past few months, and, well, Stanislaw was also very involved in it.
Okay. Well, let's start with the safe that these go to. Do you know where it is?
Did he tell me that?
Derek did tell you it was in downtown Chicago.
Okay.
I think I do know where it's at, and I have the code for it.
Oh,
I have
wonderful.
no idea what's in it.
Well, if you have the address, we can send that to my driver and just go take a look.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Gabe, do you want to come with us or stick around?
Oh, I'll come with.
I'm gonna whisper beside me, "Thank you. Huey hasn't found a car yet."
This is at this time the door does open, and Tony's there with your drinks. And Gabe, you do get a small manila folder.
I'll just kind of take it.
Thank
and,
you
like,
very much.
And she'll close the
I'm just
door.
gonna like shove it in the side of my like crappy jacket that I have.
And if you guys are all ready, it
Um,
doesn't take long for you guys to drink and head out if you prefer.
Would you like to ride together and talk, or would you rather just be there?
Please don't take this offensively, but with my grandfather's business associates, I'd personally prefer to meet you there.
Understand.
Thank you.
I will get the address from Olivia, text it to the driver, and just sort of enjoy the ambiance while I wait for the limo to pull around.
Okay. A limo doesn't
So
take
what's your
too long
gist
to
on
do
this
that.
guy? Gabe.
Oh, have we left?
You guys have kind of parted. He got up to go get some in his limo.
Gotcha. Gabe would sort of shrug a little bit and say, not really sure if I got a clear read on him. He seems friendly, but,
I'm getting more of a vibe between Tony Stark and Abel.
A rich Abel could do a lot of damage.
Well, let's be honest, our Abel does a lot of damage.
It's true. Well, I'm sure it's fine. And if,
Sure, we're gonna find out.
things
love
go
your sugar
wrong,
daddy.
we'll,
Oh my god. Sorry, I just read chat.
Oh, did you just read chat?
Yes.
Yes, Morgan is now our new sugar daddy. So, by the magic of movie making, Morgan gets in his car and he is off. You guys are in your car and you're off, and it takes you another hour to get up into Chicago yet again. And actually, we are close to the Daily Center in a Standard Bank that Morgan would know rather well, as it is owned by his family.
Does the Daily Center have like a giant sign on it or something?
No, it does
Okay.
not.
Gotcha.
Most people just know it
actually-
because of the size. Hold on.
Wouldn't it be a wits and awareness thing to see if she recognizes or he recognizes the name?
Sure, if you want to roll what's in awareness, by all means.
Oh no,
I'm
no,
not gonna
because if there was like a big sign, then I'd say that Gabe would recognize it. But outside of that, no, I don't think Gabe would.
We generally assume Gabe does not fail the wits and awareness rolls when it's not a huge important thing because he doesn't fail them very
The
much.
Daily Center is known due to the fact that if anyone has seen the Blues Brothers and the giant Picasso statue in front of it, you will know that building. I present to you. Give me a moment. The Daily Center. I will put in chat.
See, my thought process though is that like unless it directly pertains to his life, Gabe probably does not care. So
That's fine. No
he
worries.
he would probably have no reason to. Yeah.
It was also known as the Wayne's Building in Batman. So, and not the Michael Keaton one. This is the one that's in the Dark Knight Rises and all that. I forgot who wrote him. Christopher Nolan or something like that. My bad. I know. I'm horrible. But the bank right next to the Daily Center, there you go. And of course Morgan knows, oh, more of my family. How quaint.
I wonder how Bob.
So as you guys, park and you go in, of course, everyone kind of stops what they're doing when they see Morgan come in. You, Olivia and Gabe, you're kind of walking behind him, and you're seeing literally everyone stop. Because you're in evening banking hours at the moment. Everyone's just stopping watching Morgan.
I'll just walk up to her, tell her, "Oh, hello, George."
Mr. Daly, always a pleasure to see you. Do you want me to get the bank manager on duty today?
Sure.
Sure. Give me 1 second. And you're seeing a man run, and I'm assuming since the beast is on, everyone here is human except for the three of you.
And face sight.
Yeah, nothing, all normal.
Wait.
And you see the guy just,
Olivia's paranoid, okay?
no, you're fine. I'm covering all your bases. Guy runs.
It's not paranoia if they're out to get you.
The bank manager comes in, like, Mr. Daly. So happy to see you. We didn't expect you to come in. What can we do for you today?
I need this lockbox, and I'll just thumb the chain out and show him the key with the number on it.
Oh yes, of course. Do you have the combination? Better
Yes.
yet,
My associate has it.
right.
Miss Vonage?
Actually, let's not do the combination in front of everyone else, shall we? Let's go in the back.
Sounds like a fantastic idea. Thank you, sir.
Of course. And he will gesture you guys to the back where you walk through and you see all of the offices. And then you go towards the vault and you see 2 armed guard stations with people in like what looks like bulletproof glass. And he will...
On the way,
Mhm.
I'm just going to chat with the bank manager, be like, oh, James, how's the family?
Oh, they're doing great, sir. Thank you so much. The Christmas bonuses helped so much this year.
Oh, I'm glad. Your daughter, did she still go through with that play at school?
She did, and thanks to the bonuses, we actually got all of the brace work and everything with her teeth done, so she wasn't really kind of like lisping her words. It was really, really great. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and she's looking forward to trying to do the play next year.
Good.
And he will open up the door, and you will see nothing but rows of safety deposit boxes before a large vault. And he walks to where the large vault door is, and he will punch a code in, turn, and open up the vault door. And then you see even more rows upon rows upon rows of safety deposit boxes. And he walks you to exactly what that number was, and then he looks to Olivia and says, now that we're in the safety of the vault, what's the combination? You're muted, my dear. It's the Guru Nation. They always auto-mute.
940829. And Olivia's kind of idly fishing through the bag where she short-sightedly tossed the key.
Pops the key off the chain.
And he will do that. Then he will take Morgan's key and put it in. And then he waits for Olivia's.
Actually, it will be a meow, and I'll find the key.
Wow! Wow! You are hearing cat noises in her purse. And soon you see the purse decide to move around, and it looks like 2 cats are having a fight.
Fascinating.
I'm just going to hold out the key. It's a large back.
The guy just kind of like, thank you. Okay. Right, alright, sure. And as he unlocks it, it's not one of those normal thin ones. It's a large box. And he opens up and he pulls out what looks like about a good foot long box that seems to be about 7 or 8 inches high. And he kind of like, okay. And he starts to pull it out and take it into the main area where there is a long table with many chairs, and puts it on the table. And he goes, do let me know when you're finished. And he will
Is there a
gently...
problem with me recording what's in here?
Let me leave and I will let you do to what you wish. And he will leave and close the door. Now, you do know there are security cameras, but As long as he doesn't see it and he doesn't know about it, it's perfectly fine.
Before anybody decides to open this, caution not to be careful with touching things.
Morgan will go to the door and go, crack it and go, "Oh, James," called the manager.
Yes,
Could we get
yes.
a few? Could we get a few pairs of gloves? Some of the contents may be delicate. We don't wish to.
Oh, absolutely. Just give me a minute. I will get you my personal gloves. Just hold on. And he will scurry down the hallway. It takes about no more than like a minute before he comes back and hands you three sets of white gloves, and then closes the door quietly.
Okay. Morgan will, of course, distribute a pair of gloves to each person. Dr. Gabriel, would this be...
I'm having an unstable internet problem. Hold on.
No worries. This is where we do jazz hands. As soon as Olivia comes in, we'll continue. For Gabe, if you get a chance to take a look at that folder, are you gonna do that now or later?
I mean, I could do it now.
All right. While we're waiting for Olivia, no worries.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, are you back?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
We may have to when we take break, take care of the internet thing.
Sure, no problem.
I'm gonna set up a tablet on record
Mhm.
on the table for my own records, not because I don't trust the security cameras.
No, that's fine. So, as you guys have the gloves, what would you like to do?
Oh, Morgan would have asked if the gloves are sufficient, or if more protection is needed.
Just careful not to let anything potentially touch your skin. It seems outside of that should be fine, but just on the safe side.
Excellent. So hopefully these will suffice. Puts on gloves.
I'll put the gloves on too and ask if he's ready for us to open this thing, since I assume that's why we're in here.
Yes, by all means. I'll get this ended, you get that sent, and shall we? I mean, it's a long box, you said, right? So I'll go to one end, wait for somebody to go to the other, and we'll pop the lid off.
Yeah.
When you pop the lid off, not only does it look like a disheveled mess, it looks like half of it is archaeological dig, half of it is paperwork, and it looks like in the middle of it, nothing but pure blackness and roses all around it. Like dead roses. Or dead rosebuds, I should say.
Bayside.
Morgan
Sense the
will go
beast.
for the paperwork.
Okay. Morgan goes for the paperwork. Your face sight shows you pretty much bubkiss at the moment. You see blackness. It's just black in the center.
Morgan is going to lay out the paper. I'm assuming it's like stacks of sheets, right?
It's stacks of manila folders that are rubber banded around. It looks like
Okay.
a lot of old notes. Yes.
He'll just lay those out.
Can I do intelligence and occult for the
Absolutely.
rosebuds around the blackness?
Absolutely. Me?
I'm gonna tell Morgan we should not touch that right now.
Okay, I do not.
Fair enough.
That's his department. We'll let
Double crit 10.
Yes, you remember and you recall your conversation with the Lasombra, and that this is more of a almost altar-like that they would do to their ancestors. And you do recall that as much as they were afraid of Morgan, they were also afraid of what she did do with her friend, or what she did do with her allies. Not to mention her ghouls and those that come from her bloodline. And they almost worship her like a deity.
Worship who? I missed that part.
Sybil.
Oh, motherfucker. So don't touch the black stuff. And I'm going to poke idly at the non-paperwork since he's reading that.
Mom,
As you poke that non-paperwork, you see bits of like smoky darkness come up from it. Like almost like as you poke at one thing, a shadow appears where it shouldn't have. But as that shadow appears, it slinks away to the darkness in the different parts of this room. And you know this is just your standard light. So there are shadows within the room. And every time you poke at something, it's like a little poof of black, almost smoky, black, almost like a smoky ink-like thing comes up and then dives and disappears into whatever shadow it can find.
Is Morgan gonna see that?
Yeah.
Miss Vonage, perhaps we should abstain from touching those items as well.
Yeah. Can I sense Sybil like I used to, Junie?
If it was Sybil, yes.
But that's not the case here.
That is not Sybil. That could be
Okay.
another Lysambra.
So this is just notes. I'm assuming that not having any dots in occult.
Give me what's. I don't have your sheet, so I apologize. What is your Your specialties in finance, correct? I don't have your sheet up at the moment. That's what I'm saying.
I have finance, investigation.
Do me what's an investigation,
What's an investigation? Okay.
and you don't have occult, correct?
I do not have anything in occult. I don't think he would give the background. So.
No, that's fair.
Do I need to roll wits and investigation for reading those papers when he's done with them?
Actually, if you work with him at the same time, you guys can add a dice to both of your rolls. If you work together.
Okay.
I will absolutely work with the new acquaintance. And,
Oh, thank God I actually put points in investigation.
With Gabe's 10 double crit. Oh wait, no. What did you roll? Sorry.
It was a double crit 10, yeah.
Okay, good. As you are continuing and you're watching them work and you're watching these poofs of smoke come up, you do know that this is ancestry worship. You do know that's a part of Sybil. But as they're poking, you don't sense Sybil. You think that this is something to ward her and to hold her in place. And they're using another bits of worship from another ancestor to hold her in place. So, you know, Alessandra and Bisambra. And you do know that pit, that series of blackness is the Oblivion, which is the source of Alessambra's powers. Yes, Morgan.
I've rolled 2 successes and a crit. I believe that's a crit 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that just a 4 flat? Okay.
How many zeros?
1 0, 2 successes.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Crit 6.
Okay.
I had to roll real power, but I got a crit 6.
You became a real gangrel. With Morgan's 4 and your crit 6, I will eke that up to a 10 crit. These are archaeological digs. These are archaeological notes where these were found, what was found, how things tie into another. With Gabe's successes, knowing that this is a Alessandra versus Alessandra, you're also realizing that they found Sybil and they realized all the things as they were digging things up, or all the artifacts that they were digging up, was this battle between two Lysambra. One was going to try and conquer the world, the other one was trying to save the world. You don't know that other Lysambra's name, but you're realizing that this person had given up, essentially the essence in their life, to keep Sybil at bay.
So this, just to confirm, from what Gabe can tell, the blackness in here is not from Sybil.
Correct. But you can realize that this is trying to hold Sybil at bay because that circle is a little bit of her essence in the Oblivion.
Can I attempt to share the senses with it?
Which senses would you want to share?
Like feeling, like...
Sure. If you would like to do that.
Yeah.
As you're going to do that, Morgan and Olivia, you are going through all of these notes, and Morgan's picking up a couple of words here. Olivia, you're picking up a whole bunch of words here, and as you talk, you're putting together that this is actually something to counteract all of what Sybil has done, and is trying to stop her. Your father found the counter to Sybil, and he saved her and locked her so that that could actually happen. Exactly what Morgan was doing right now.
This looks to me like Stanislaw and my father found a fail-safe for what they were trying to do.
Yes.
I'm going with we don't burn this. Do you mind if I take pictures of these notes?
Oh, by all means. Would you be willing to send me copies once you're done?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go through and photograph each paper because at this point, leaving everything in this box sounds like the good idea.
While you're reading this, Morgan, give me a composure and resolve roll, please. And thank you.
Okay.
Player warning, that's never a good sign.
What are you talking about? I know nothing about this.
Right.
I mean, it's an innocent roll. Whatever are you insinuating?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gabe is totally believing this is innocent.
Sure.
Yep. I'm using that folder all, and it's telling me that,
One success.
Oh, joy.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear sweet God.
Oh, yay. All right. Here we go.
Fun time. As you're looking all over these notes and you're seeing Sybil's name, and there's something in you that is just that the beast's going, we have to change. This isn't right. Something's wrong. We shouldn't allow this. We are the kings. We are Ventrue. Lysander should not be doing this to us. He shouldn't have done this to us. Remember. You must remember. And in your mind, you get the flashes of a night you're at the bar as usual. You see the flash of a pretty face that you remember talking to. You remember a brief meeting with a man with red hair. And that you were turning around and drinking from somebody. And then you remember a brief fight in what you could only, consider an old library, where you see kindred being slaughtered in front of you. You see them ash right in front of you, and this Russian woman is telling you, go into that room and pick this up. And the moment that you go into this room and you pick up what looks like a black geode with, again, black smoke coming up from it, you're back right now as you're holding the papers, as you see another piece of black smoke coming up from another geode in the box.
Morgan is white as a sheet, wide-eyed, staring at the smoke.
Hold on, I need to roll wits and awareness on that one. Because this is Olivia's bane, the paperwork and the recording, and yeah.
And Gabe, if you would like to, you could do it as well.
3, do I notice his behavior?
If Gabe is too busy, no worries. It's all.
I was gonna wait until I did the share senses roll.
Okay,
So.
sure. Do you have the share senses roll?
Yeah, crit 7.
What kind of emotions are you trying to connect
I'm
with?
trying to, I guess, just get like a. So it says that I don't know how this is gonna work because it's like the Oblivion. So I'm trying to get a sense of like what it's feeling, what it's seeing. Can it hear us? Is it like aware that we are here? Like, what is its like emotional state? Is it angry we're here? Like that kind of thing.
Are you doing that to the geodes or the actual pool itself?
I was doing that on the pool itself.
Okay. With the pool itself, whatever you feel, it sucks in. It's literally oblivion. It will take everything you are giving. You feel yourself slipping into that oblivion. However, as another little poof of smoke, as Morgan sees it come up, you feel something. You
Okay.
feel a sense of calm, a sense of freedom, a sense of, it might be a little bit too bright in this room, but I'm dealing with it. And you sense a moment of relief that is no more longer locked away and forgotten.
Okay.
While you are sharing the senses and you see that little puff of smoke comes up, as Morgan is looking at it and trying to snap out, that's when you notice, Olivia, that Morgan is white as a sheet. And Gabe will then start to feel, at the moment, because they have shared the senses up, they'll feel whatever Morgan's feeling at the moment. What are you
Am I
feeling,
going to catch
Morgan?
any similarity to what Frank and Amelia did in his behavior?
No. This is something that was completely different. What are you feeling, Morgan?
Morgan?
There's
You okay?
a mix of for the shared senses. There's a mix of there's some shock, there's some horror. There's also some there's a little bit of happiness mixed in because he remembers something. That is basically he just effectively remembered multiple murders, and he doesn't have a lot of kindred experience, so that's still something that's quite shocking to somebody who's new at this. Plus the and there's just kind of a jumbled up mess as far as emotion goes.
And as you were feeling all this, Morgan, and Gabe, as you're sensing this as well, Morgan, you hear Olivia's question of, Morgan, are you okay?
Morgan will just kind of steady himself. Do I need to roll for that, or just...
No, I'd say roll play it out.
Okay. I'm all right. There's, I find aspects of this situation to be quite disconcerting.
You're going to have to repeat that because the internet did its thing again.
I'm all right. There are aspects of the situation that I find to be quite disconcerting.
Okay. I'm going to glance at Gabe to make sure he's okay. I'm about finished with the images on the notes. From what I'm reading, it looks to me like this is as much yours as mine. So what do you want to do at this point? Just lock it away, or?
That is the question. I'm unsure if it would be better to lock this all away back in the box, store it somewhere else, or try to destroy it.
I don't think it would like that. It kind of likes not being locked up.
Well,
You
then
talked to
perhaps
it?
we should lock it up.
Well, I didn't talk to it. I just sort of felt it a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't seem particularly volatile.
I'm quite confident that if it doesn't like being locked up, that locking it up is a reasonable choice.
Well, sure, but if this is a thing that is keeping She Who Shall Not Be Named at bay, then...
Do you know what it even is?
So, I mean, obviously, let's not do anything irreversible right now. Because it sounds like additional research is needed.
Yes.
But perhaps, I don't know, Doctor, can you tell me, is there like a risk of exposure? Are these gloves warranted?
Junie, would I have gotten any kind of vibe like that?
The vibe you would have gotten is this is more of the friendlier type of Lysambra that's not going to suck your soul away from you. More the fact that she is trying to do what she can, but being in the limited space that she was given.
And then, as far as the quote unquote curse goes on the artifacts, would I need to do like a medicine?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Was there a name for this thing or an identifier of what it is in the documentation?
There is no name. It looks like it's redacted. However, clan is assigned to this. It does show that it is a Lysambra. And
As a Lysambra, and the fact that we're all still, to my knowledge, giving Morgan a look of our own free will, I don't sense or see this thing loose like I did with the other one. I'm going to assume it's not aggro, but I
So
also
you've
think we
sensed
might
one-
do some.
You've sensed one that is loose, or has gotten loose from a similar arrangement to this before.
May or may not have barbecued it.
So
part of it.
you were able to find a permanent solution. That's good. And
We're not sure it
How
was the
likely-
permanent solution.
oh dear, that's
To my
concerning.
knowledge, we were dealing with a shadow of it, not it itself.
We barbecued half of it, roughly.
Yeah, there we go. That.
Okay. Well, so the thing that seems apparent to me is if you've had an interaction with this or with something similar before who decided it wanted to get loose and cause problems, that this one might decide the same.
I'm getting the vibe that maybe we should lock it again and do some more research. It might be better to let it loose. Based on past experience, I don't like making that assumption.
Let's make one agreement. Let's remove it from the bank and take it someplace else.
Okay. I would like it
Where
to be,
would be secure?
Junie, would I have a secure storage facility in Chicago?
Ironically enough, your secure bleh. Your secured area is actually close to Olivia's.
I do have a secure storage
I lack
facility.
confidence. I'm good with that. I lack confidence in my secure storage facilities because I haven't had time to fully go over the documentation yet.
Very well. Let's, Miss Vonage, have you finished with recording all of these notes?
I'm gonna take it back.
Yes, I've got images of all of them.
Then let's
May I
package these
recommend
up
that-
and put them back in the box.
Mom, Dad.
That was
Yes, go
a
ahead.
flat 5 on the medicine, by the way.
Actually, you sense that this is more of a cure.
Nope, go play.
That this could be the counter to the curse that has plagued many people in Chicago.
Gabe is going to ask if he can have that. You're
Have
talking about
what?
the artifact, right?
The artifacts are actually several different parts of like what looks like a geostructure
Gotcha.
that is more organic as opposed to the rigid
Okay. I see what you're saying.
artifacts that Sybil is connected to.
Gotcha.
This
okay.
is more of a free kind of artifact capsulation. So there are several that fit into a larger puzzle that make a larger geo kind of like artifact.
Gotcha. So I'm not gonna separate it then.
But as this thing has
Would you
been
like video
exposed to
of
light,
it sent to you as well, Gabe?
Oh, I plan on staying very close to this.
Okay. I think I can arrange for access to my storage facility for you. Now, are there any details that you can share as to why?
Are you, Mr. Daly, have you been aware of a certain situation with the circulatory system?
Junie,
No.
would I even know what the circulatory system is?
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, the circulatory system?
The system in which our supply is being delivered, more or less. There was some sort of problem with it started a couple months ago. And that problem has stemmed sort of a series of illnesses, both within kindred and humans alike.
If there was there any news about an unusual illness, Junie? Because Morgan
Yes.
would keep up with the news.
Oh yeah, that was all over the place.
Yeah, that was all over the news.
Oh, okay.
You just don't know that it went into the Kindred Society.
I was unaware that that our associates were affected by the general public's issue.
Well, it all sort of... It wasn't as bad, right, Junie? If I remember correctly.
It was one in, I'd say, maybe 100,000. People
Okay.
that were connected to that dig got sick, and then it was more of like the association of that, then other people got sick. So right now there is about, I'd say, 500 to 600 people within the Chicagoland area that are sick. 2 of which worked for Morgan.
Okay. Oh, so this you're saying that this could potentially be a cure?
Yes, is what I'm from this. But
Well-
I'd like to do further assessment.
Of course, of course. I have a couple of people who, if you are able to develop a cure, I would like them to get access to it.
Of course. Perhaps we should take this. I don't know if it's getting a little darker in here.
Yeah, let's
Close
get
the box.
all of this paperwork back in the box, and then we'll close it up. And
Hold up my key. What do I do with this?
well, if we're not going to put this back in the box, you can turn it over to me or the bank manager.
Or maybe keep it for now?
Fine, you
I'll
take
give
it.
it to Dr. Gabriel.
There you go.
All right.
Look, you're going to be far more useful with this key than I am, and we both know it.
Fair enough.
Hold on a second. Okay.
I'm not like most of the kindred in the area. I'm useless with a cult.
I'm a bit out of my depth as well.
You got more of an idea than I do.
All right.
I'm going to, as we're getting things packed up, when we're getting things taken care of, what are you in? Excuse me, I have a issue to deal with.
So, while Olivia has to attend to the Guru Nation, what happens is there's a knock on the door, and the bank manager just gently kind of gestures to boxes in case of you guys wanted to actually take things out. So it's kind of like quiet, we're not letting people know what you're taking out of your boxes, but if you would wish to take whatever out of the box, you're able to do it incognito.
Can we get some assistance transporting this box to my vehicle, please?
Sure, absolutely, no problem.
Discreetly, if possible, please.
Do you want to use the back way?
Yes, please. Dr. Gabriel, would you like to accompany?
Actually, I'll go out the front
Okay.
with nothing.
Here is the address for my secure storage facility.
Mhm.
And I will transport the box there and
The big manager just waits for you to box everything up, and he will take whoever wishes to go out the back way, and
I'll text my driver to meet us and go with the bank manager.
okay, and the back manager will wait there until you see your limo come up, and of course your driver gets out, opens the door. They wait for you to go in before the big manager puts the boxes right next to you.
Okay. I will actually buckle the box in
Okay.
using the spare seat belt.
And Gabe, you will, when the big manager's done with Morgan, he will come back over to you and Olivia, and he will say, if there's anything else I can do, let me know. If you would like, I can escort you two out, and we'll consider this transaction complete.
Oh, I don't believe that we'll need an escort, but thank you.
Oh, sure. I'll take care of this. You don't worry about cleaning it up, and things will be fine.
Before we leave the room, Sense Unseen, I know that it had gotten like darker. Do I like see?
Being that Sensi Unseen does not see through Oblivion Sight, you can sense that there might be ghost-like or a phantom-like figure around. But again, no problem. You do not see anything in particular. If somebody was to use Eyes of the Beast, however, you would see.
I did use Eyes of the Beast.
He, not you.
Oh.
That's why I was saying, since he unseen, because it's a bright room and he's seeing it get darker, he can only see wisps of what it is. For Olivia, you will see a woman-like figure in the shadows trying to form themselves.
I am legit gonna walk over to the shadow and see if I can talk to the damn thing.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
You walk over it, and if you want to just start talking to it, you can. I would need both of you guys to give me a compulsion resolve roll.
I don't like that. Hold on. I don't see composure. No.
The two's where it counts.
You rolled
there
an
it
ed.
It's either like crit
don't do a lot of
8 or
hard
it's
nights.
like 1. You know?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay. And being that I'm pulling this on the fly, you're going to have to forgive my botching up of names because I didn't write a whole lot. But what we were going to do got completely thrown out the window to what we are doing now, so I apologize. Hi, this is where we
Welcome.
This is where we roll by the seat of our pants, and I make up 90% of what the fuck's going on.
That's fine.
Okay, so as you both approach, and you both pass pretty much your composure, you feel a sense of cold about you, even though things get dark around you now. You could feel like almost like things are starting to envelop you, and with a very soft voice and a very ancient accent that can be almost Latin-like, she greets you quietly, almost like a Roman would. And it's both happening in your heads. And you hear...
Olivia's not thrilled with this.
And she greets you and she says, how can I help you? Very quietly and very softly. And you can hear from the...
What is your name? Go ahead.
The accents also... I'm not going to attempt a Latin... Italian accent that's ancient, so apologize. So imagine that the English is broken up quite a bit. And when you ask her that, there's this moment, and you start to feel a little warmth in you, and you hear the name Agrippa.
Okay. What
And
what was your purpose?
There's a pause. To stop what needed to be stopped.
To stop what needed to be stopped.
See,
What do you plan to do now?
find and attack. I don't know where she
Who?
is. Sibyl, my sire's favorite.
I imagine your sire's favorite.
She means to bring evil.
Well, we gathered that much.
She's
I
an
don't
old
know.
and powerful one that needs to be put down.
I don't know your kind. Do you have a physical form?
Working on it. It's been ages since I've been let out.
Hold on. I'm gonna do something stupid. Okay.
Yay! Something stupid!
What did
Yes,
I
Morgan.
miss? I'm back.
Okay, you're
Is
gone.
there a way?
Okay.
Go
Pick
ahead.
him up. Because I gotta figure out how to
Okay,
say
fine.
that.
So long and short,
Catch Morgan up.
I let me explain. There's too much to sum up. Humperdinck is gonna marry, Princess Buttercup in less than half an hour. You actually took off. When you took off, they decided to approach the shadow and to talk to it, and they found out that it is a woman. Her name is Agrippa, and that she is trying to stop Sybil as it was their sire's favorite child. And now she's going to do something stupid.
Is there a way to tell you how to contact me?
I follow you. I am a shadow. No one notices shadows.
I'm just gonna look at Gabe for a minute and try and gauge how he's gonna respond to that.
During all of this, Folderol.
She's telling the truth.
Gabe will just nod.
You keep up with a car?
Can I be in the chariot with no horses?
How can I make it easy for you to get out of here?
I become your shadow.
How else can I?
Then become my shadow.
Of course. I can be both of your shadows. It depends on which one wishes me to connect with them in a gentle way, not, was the word abrasive?
I'm catching like every second word here. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I did not catch anything besides can I, and then I heard something about a shadow.
She says that she can be anyone's shadow. She can connect with you in a soft way and not try to be abrasive.
I don't know which one of us is willing to take that risk, Gabe.
Gabe will say yes.
Okay. Give me a composure resolve roll.
I'm just gonna mutter under my breath. Boy, am I glad we're not getting in his car.
Okay, that's better. That's a crit 5.
Okay.
Not Mrs. Sparkles, baby, but Cujo might be willing.
Yeah, nothing like just having a cat. Okay, great. You actually passed. so as she blends into you, you feel her softly attached to your soul. And you remember when you were a human. Remember the soft touches your sister used to give you on the back, to kind of like when you were having a rough day and you were struggling with your medical studies and you were just really getting frustrated, and she would come back and gently rub your back and soothe you and calm you down. That's how it feels like. It almost feels like the sense of like a long forgotten family member caressing your back, calming you down, giving you the soothing touches you needed to bring you back to what you needed to do and where you needed to focus.
Ribbit. Is that Ribbit?
It's almost as if she's tapping into your mind to simulate what your sister did all those years ago. The sense and the smell of the tea comes back to you. The whisper of, maybe her long skirt swishing around. That's what comes to you as she connects into your shadow.
When it's clear Gabe has his composure to me, I'm going to tell him, give me 24 hours to get others out of my home.
Of course.
And you can hear now, quietly in your head, Gabe, no need, I will not bother anyone.
I'm gonna mentally respond saying, I believe her, but I will protect my coterie and play this safe.
You hear a soft, if that is what you wish.
I'm going to, as we're driving, because I assume we're following Morgan first.
By the time you get to this exchange and leave the bank and get into the car, Morgan's probably about maybe 5 minutes ahead. So as you go through and put this in your GPS and start following him, it's a good maybe about 15 to 20 minute drive from where you are in the heart of the city down to the south side where his warehouse is, which is close to you. And being that there's very light traffic, by the time Morgan has gotten in, he's sitting there waiting for you guys. You pull in about 5, maybe a little bit like 7 minutes later. And when you guys get out, Morgan, you can see that, Olivia's just as, bright and normal as she is. But you see that there's a little bit of a shadow around Gabe. He's a little bit darker. His colors are a little bit more richer in the darker aspects of whatever apparel he was wearing at that time.
Ice is the beast.
You see that.
Okay, but I don't see anything extra from the ice of the beast.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, sorry about it.
You actually see there is a shadow around Gabe. You can't see her per se because she's already blended into his shadow, but you see the extra bits of shadow. That is not normal, and you can sense that is part of what those geodes had.
Are you all right, Doctor?
Yes, I'm fine.
Interesting.
Olivia's going to wave at Morgan as she leans back against the car and puts in a headset and pulls out a tablet. I'm going to start doing the phone calls and emailing him the stuff and the code.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get these things put away. Actually, Morgan is going to be probably going to try and roll insight, I guess, to see if it seems like he's being lied to.
Okay. That's what's an
an
insight?
What's an insight?
There's a lot of wits rolling on today.
Yeah. I have to buy more ranks.
You have to buy what?
More dots.
Oh, fair.
That's 2. There's a tree.
You believe what Gabe says is true. He hasn't changed his composure. He just looks a little darker, and what you're seeing that's coming off of him, is still not upsetting and is rather calming to Gabe.
Okay. Well, let's get this box sealed away. And I will lead them into the storage facility. Kind of motion to the staff to come help. Let someone know that Gabe is going to need an access badge. Quietly let them know that I'd like an idea when he comes and goes, how often he leaves with anything.
So you've got 2 people that come out of your warehouse. One happens to be looking like they are office staff, and the other one looks like he's a wareworker. And he brought a dolly in case you had stuff to bring in. Ironically enough, those boxes will fit on the dolly just fine. As you talk to the office staff, they are making the notes right then and there and getting everything ready, and they'll say, just give us about 5-6 minutes and we'll have everything ready for you.
Oh, by the way, that is a fragile box, so do be careful.
Oh, yeah, of course, absolutely. And the guy will put everything up together very carefully, and he'll wheel it into the facility, followed by the office staff. And as Olivia and Gabe see, about 5 or 6 minutes later, Olivia and Gabe have both badges and office passes.
Olivia's going to stay leaning against the car.
Can you please show Dr. Gabriel how he can obtain access to the items that we just stored?
Oh, sure. Dr. Gabriel, would you like to follow me?
Yes, thank you.
By the way, for your badge, what is your last name?
Arias.
Oh, okay. How did you spell that?
A-R-A-I-S.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry, I-A-S. I know how to spell my own last name. It's fine.
Sure you do. And she'll go, okay, great. I'll add that onto the code. Would you follow me, and I'll show you how to get to that.
Of course, thank you.
And she will walk into the facilities. She will take you down, the first right corridor, all the way down. It looks like you're passing at least 7 or 8 different doors. The 9th door, she opens it up, and before that door, you'll see where the key swap is. She'll go, you just need to swipe it down here, and then the door will pop open for you. And then actually you see there's a table, chairs, and lining up against the back wall are all the boxes that you had that were brought in.
Wonderful. Do you actually mind giving me a moment?
Oh, no, by all means, please.
Wonderful.
And
Please
she'll-
let Mr. Daly and Miss Vonage know I'll be out momentarily.
Oh, of course. And she'll back up and she'll walk down that hallway, turn, and then she will let both Morgan and Olivia know.
I chatted the phone calls to you, Jim.
Yep, I saw. I'm reading. And also, while you're doing those and looking at your emails, that's when you see the email from your sire. And Gabe, you are alone.
While alone, Gabe is going to say, well, more like in his head while kind of like looking at this box of stuff. So you said that you were looking to find and defeat, I will not say her name. How can I help you do this?
There's a moment or two. It's more of she's taking time to translate, more so than just, try to deceive. English is not exactly her first, second, nor third or fourth language. And she'll say, I need to find myself. The pieces are all over, and they were taken slowly and shipped.
Do you have your own way of tracking these pieces down? Or is there something that I can have of yours to help you track these down?
I'm a part of your soul. I am a part of your shadow right now. Where you go, I go. I can tell you if I find it.
Very well. Another question I had. What is she in herself a curse and you a cure?
We are two sides of the same coin.
There are many people who are sick right now. And as a doctor, I would like to help them. Is there something that can be done now with your assistance, or would you be able to help me later?
Of course, I can help you whenever you require. I know of the curse. It was to stop anyone else from disturbing her. If the curse has affected people, that means that she is free in one way or another.
Yes, we would also like to find her, at least the rest of her, and stop her as well. I believe that what we want aligns with one another, so I think I would like to ask for your assistance on this as long as you're willing to give assistance on it.
If it's to stop her, then I will be more than happy to assist in whatever I can. I do remember a bit of the curse and a bit of the remedy. I do not know this day and age at this moment. The last time I have seen light was many, many hundreds of years ago.
Well, I'll give her the date, just so she knows. And then I will also tell her, I'm assuming that even as part of my shadow, you also prefer darkness as opposed to any sort of fabricated light source.
The brightness of the sun is something I like to avoid.
Oh, I too do not like the brightness of the sun. But I meant,
I don't understand your artificial ways of light yet, but
Gotcha.
fire is something I tend to avoid.
okay.
Definitely need to get the ladies out of the basement first.
Well, I can take some extra precautions to make things a little darker for you, as long as you're a part of my shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate this. I'll probably need to get back to the others now. They'll probably think it weird if I'm talking out loud to you, so
That's why I opened up a bridge between us, if that was okay.
that's fine.
I may make snarky comments at times because your world is odd and complicated.
Oh, I love snarky comments.
Oh, good.
We'll get along just fine then.
Perfect. Though
And then
your
I'll
chariot
start
without
walking
horses make a lot of noise.
Some of them are quieter. Mine's just a piece of garbage.
Garbage, then why do you drive it?
It's nostalgic?
Nostalgic would be riding a chariot. I don't think you do those very much.
Well, no, not very much. It's faster than a chariot, though.
Depends on how fast you wanted the journey to end.
It's William Shadow.
It's true.
So as
And
you,
I'll make my way back over to them.
so you see Gabe come back, and the secretary's already let you know that he'd be a while, and she went back in. So as you see Gabe come out,
You don't mind if I do some extra security, do you?
What kind of security?
Some of the non-technical kind?
Would you mind if I observed?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. Sounds educational.
Yeah,
You think this is bad? Wait till we add the other characters, Junie.
Glad she's doing better, Ono.
I'm gonna wait until his little assistants leave.
Oh, the assistant had left. She
Oh,
just
great,
came in
cool.
and
Then I
let
can
them
speak a bit
know.
more candidly.
Yes.
Yes. So I'd like to just throw up some rituals, just
As long as they're effective.
additional warding. Well, mostly effective.
No defense is foolproof. I understand that.
And yeah, I guess I'll start throwing some wards up. Oh, dang, Rono.
Good God, Rono.
Thank you, Rono.
Well done, sir.
Hey.
Do you want to save the phone call thing until we get back from break, Junie?
Sure. I'm just doing right now a little bit of something else. There we go. Okay. So we have the brief thing going. Okay. So while you guys are getting together, Gabe, you have your usual thing in back, your doctor's bag, and you grab it and you go in and you do rituals. And Morgan, as you're watching, this is something you've never seen before. You do see Gabe performing what could be essentially magic. As the wards take place and they glow, you can see them slowly starting to pulse and then fade. Now, Gabe's not worried because that's what a ward does do. But if there was any of your, if there was anyone to walk by, any humans, they wouldn't notice. They wouldn't see it. And it looks like as Gabe is moving and, creating all of these different wards, it's only you and Gabe. If Olivia's there, the three of you see it set and then fade. But Gabe can always see where the wards are.
Fascinating. No, I've never seen anything like this. Can you recommend any books to maybe serve as a primer for what you're doing?
Well, I mean, there are some books I suppose I could lend you. I mean, I think you're probably going to need a little more than books, though.
Oh, I'm just looking for base knowledge at this point. This is a field I'm unfamiliar with.
Well, who am I to stand in the way of somebody who wants to learn something? So I suppose I can lend you some books.
I would appreciate that.
And as things are moving along, you can see that there are several, different colored circles forming around every place that Gabe is going. Again, they pulsate, they show in different colors, and then they slowly fade. And if somebody was to get closer to him, you feel the sense of it would not be in the best interest of people to be around this room. So as Morgan kind of thinks back of like, okay, what should we do in this situation? You remember just a brief flash of hearing, if there's wards around, don't be around.
I will let the staff know that the contents of the room are sensitive, and I'd prefer if they kept everyone away from it.
And the staff will nod to that, especially Lucy, who was the one who did all of the paperwork for this room, and she said that she will put a placard on there for people not to come as a and to ignore this room. Just if Gabe's here or Olivia or you are here, then somebody can help. But other than that, no one would actually go around it. And got the rolls. Thanks, Gabe.
Yep. I just threw up all the wards that Gabe knows.
So as we do the wards, we're going to actually slide into a break because we need to redo some technical issues, and we will be back shortly, about 10 minutes. So enjoy all the clips that we have had for this past season because, oh God, there's a lot of them.
Smells like strawberry abortions. Oh God.
What does that even
What
mean?
the hell?
Sorry.
It's a strawberry abortion.
I don't want to know.
Well, when a mommy and
Drew.
a daddy love each other very much.
And they have a bender with their friend the vampire. No, that's about it. It's 3 different. I'm gonna go retch outside real quick.
I missed the yarn porn. I think I got off before the yarn porn.
I wasn't.
That's why you're a chipmunk.
I still don't understand how that works.
You're an angry chipmunk. It's fine.
Why?
Can you drop
chipmunk?
me because that's just it. A thing. It's a thing now.
I don't have nuts in my
It's-
mouth. My cheeks are not puffed out. I do not have a tail. Do I look like a gangrel?
It's because Gabe thinks you're adorable.
I could say so many things, but I think I'm just
to do our own investigations? Are we waiting on Josh? But
Well, we need to find her father and a box.
there was a bird in our woods, so
If you clip them, they will come.
Yeah, clip it.
Okay, hands up if you did not expect to have to deal with the bird talking back when we started this.
Notice the 2 people who did not raise their hand.
Scatman.
Okay, so with a
Stick around much. What do I have to roll for that anyway, Junie?
to cut bacon.
No, to call the strays in the area.
Animal King?
no, it's totally cut bacon.
Unless you have.
Dex.
I feel like that's Dex plus athletics.
No, but wouldn't that be strength plus dex because the strength actually cut through the bacon? Because sometimes it's a bitch to get through.
It's not right.
It's just bacon.
Boy, I hope Small Bacon's
No, when
not
you have
watching
the
right now.
If you have the really good thick bacon, sometimes it can be a bitch if the knife's not sharp enough.
No, I feel like that would be strength plus melee. Oh, maybe
Why are we having this conversation?
Why would Amelia or
That's what
Charlotte
melee.
allow dull knives into the kitchen?
Because they
Do you have?
damage.
If you have any points in strength or dex, I would assume that you can cut bacon.
I mean, it's very important though. Do you chop off a finger accidentally and then give the cats an extra, bite? I mean, it's very important though. Do you chop off a finger accidentally and then give the cats an extra, bite?
Not recently, thank you.
We broke you.
Jonah, you've got to find a rule book and tell me what the hell I'm supposed to roll to call cats.
Are you using the proper cutting techniques? Not extending your fingers to hold the bacon?
Oh, we moved on from the bacon. Stop.
No, I'm legit fucking concerned now.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my fangs out of it. I'm gonna set it down. I'm gonna cut it in a little bits.
Okay, I think that it would be dex and melee, right?
I think Dex and Melee are Dex and Melee is probably the better choice.
There, dex and melee.
If
You
you're
answered
gonna
our own
roll
question.
that. Should you roll that though? I feel like that's taken IRL rolling to a new extreme. Like you roll a 1 and you're like, oh, there goes my hand.
You are anything but you are in the wads.
Wow.
So mages
That's
say
segregation.
Apparently, we are OTP.
Yes, completely OTP.
A one-time password?
Yes.
Y'all unlock shit. I love it.
Not even going there. Not even going there. Venezuela, Spain. Now we're wanting to know what country. What country?
Stop helping.
What country says you're representing?
You know, if you laugh this hard, your heart might stop. You need to stop immediately. Smalls, are you okay? Do you need a minute? Okay.
Is Cujo. Your job is to attack anybody outside of our coterie that comes in the warehouse without us. Can you handle that?
I don't eat pussy.
And it won't.
And he doesn't have a shade fan because
He still hasn't been done.
I tried to fucking keep it in. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think about it until I said it.
Yes, he does eat cock.
That's right. Whip it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff. I digress.
She's gonna like keep track of that timing and pull out her phone and see the text from Gabe finally that says, where are you, mommy dearest? The baby wants a puppy and daddy just can't deal with this nonsense anymore.
Shit's getting weird, yo.
Oh Lord, Artemis, it's Gabe. Can you hear me?
You're on speakerphone.
Yes, apparently.
Artemis, darling, listen. I had to cut your brother up to save him. He will be fine. I just need to put him back together. You can be pissed at me later, but right now we have to find a puppy. You
You're
like
not
the
a
puppy?
Zinisi. You don't even have that capability, do you? Did you eat one?
No, but that's beside the point. Anyway, look.
What?
how did Artemis become the babysitter? What the hell?
That's the way it's always been.
You like the puppy, right? We have to go find the puppy.
You like the puppy?
The puppy's the only decent one out of you guys.
Wait a minute. You found William. You C-3PO'd my brother.
He
and
was
you're
already.
going to Chewbacca.
He was already C3. I just PO'd.
Junie, how active is this dog?
Oh, this dog is loving it. He's just like, oh my god, she's watching me.
Legs
She's taking me
kicking.
close. I got attention. Somebody likes me now. Oh my god, you're the best person ever.
The dog's out of the tub. Heads up. Incoming.
First place.
We should actually get you used to that. We should get you stabbed more often. Like little stabs.
Yeah.
I'm learning in this game you just never trust anybody.
That.
Right? That is rule one.
That is
Especially not coterie members named Ed.
Thankfully, I'm a Frank.
Oh no, you're
Oh,
technically
really?
Edward.
I'm a
Technically,
technically
you're
an
an
Edward. Edward.
Edward.
I protected
Oh.
against the stupid.
You are the stupid at this point.
Yeah, you keep all the stupid inside. That's how the word works. It doesn't keep the stupid out, it keeps the stupid in.
Locked up my SARS. What more do you want from me?
all of it. Okay,
I wasn't in the box.
so give me a 50,000.
Okay, so I'm flush right now. I'm good for.
So with
Probably a week or 3.
that, not wrong.
Well, with the way people keep leaving the water on when they take goddamn showers, I have to pay for that.
I just like to smell pretty, alright?
Fucking Gabe.
Yeah, poor Tony.
So
I'll
Tony,
buy him help. It'll be a nice mestizo boy by the name of Gabriel. It'll be fine.
Wait a minute.
You can't have him. We need him.
if you can get the bacon bits, they're they're
Don't put
amazing.
dice in the oven.
No dice in oven.
No, they're not cookies. They are not cookies. You know, pick them up.
However, if you ever want cookies that are like dice,
No. I think we should go to a short break.
No, we're fine. We're just not baking something again. The Batmobile was bad enough.
Can we get this clipped, please?
because
Joe.
you are fine. I am not.
Space Cat, did Judy forget to give Nerdy a safe word? Yes, she did. She forgot it was pineapple.
home.
Fair enough.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the little reel that we had. It gave us enough time to flip and fix and change things. Yay! So with Gabe securing and doing all of the wonderful wards, Morgan, are you going to say anything or are you just going to be watching?
Oh, well, I had asked about books so that I could learn about what he's doing. And, might inquire about, what it might cost to, have this done or, what exactly is being done.
There are no...
What's that one?
There is no kind around you, Gabe, just so you know.
Oh, these are wards. Well, that one is a ward against ghouls, and this one wards against our kind, and this one wards against demons, and this one wards against, all sorts of lupines and such.
Oh, so that seems like a fairly comprehensive protection.
Well, it's not everything that's available. It's just everything that's available to me currently. Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, it's all relative.
Yeah.
Often you can get, 80% of the result that's desired for 20% of the investment for the top of the line item. So, it seems like that sort of thing. For the vast majority of the things that could come up. Does that sound about right to you, Doctor?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Yeah.
Okay. Is this something that could be done on a residence or a safe house?
Yes.
Interesting. What would the normal cost for something like that be?
Well, that's a very good question. I can't say that I've ever been paid to do it. I've just sort of done it. Some others might charge you for it, I suppose.
Okay. Well, if you would be available, I'd be obliged.
Yeah, can I do like a wits and awareness on him? Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. Crit 5.
I guess I would counter roll with subterfuge.
But you can definitely do a manipulation subterfuge. Have to get better than a crit 5. Good luck.
Why not? All right. Manipulation and subterfuge.
Ow.
Oops. Three successes, 2 crits.
So then you got three successes, 2 crits. It doesn't beat the 5 crit.
Okay.
But good try. Excellent. With that, Gabe, you do know this is a I wouldn't say a brand new shiny bouncy baby Kindred, but it looks like he's had just a tiny bit of wear and tear on him. But he wasn't really given all of the information as Kindred 101 would have it to have,
Gotcha.
Baby's just learning to crawl. Somebody dropped the side of the crib and walked out of the house.
Pretty much.
You, I mean, were you not aware that warding existed?
I'd heard the term. I'd never encountered it before.
Interesting. Yes, well, many Tremere and some others can do wards and rituals and such.
Would the name Tremere jog anything, given the scene from earlier? Okay.
They never set the clan in front of you. And they never said when you were going either. They just said they
Fair
were going to
enough.
collect shit. If Gabe does say chantry, though, yes.
Oh, this, and I presume that you're a Tremere?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I am sorry. I mean, what clan are you?
I'm not sure.
Would you like to find out?
Sure.
Can I just need a little of your blood, that's all.
He will pull out a small pocket knife and prick a finger in. Is
Great.
that sufficient?
Oh, yes, it doesn't take much. I'll just sort of like dab his finger with mine. And then it's taste for blood, right? Or blood walk.
You can do blood walk or taste of blood.
I'll do blood walk.
Okay. Roll it. This helps when people don't know their clan. It's fantastic. Always make sure that you have a Tremere somewhere around you.
Okay, another crit 5.
Alright, so. Give me one moment. I should have done this while I was just yapping about, but I didn't even bother to even think about that. Okay, so pretty much you don't have any magic on you, correct?
None that I'm aware of. Actually, I don't know. Would the IT person, would what I'd been eating show up?
That's if they did taste of blood. They did blood walk.
Okay.
So.
My bad.
Okay. What generation are you?
I am 13th.
Did we come up with your sire?
I believe what we put in there was BB Bramer.
Okay. In the critical, you do. Okay, so you know he's Ventrue, 13th generation. Sire is BB Gramer. And for the critical, he does not have a blood bond to his sire, which is greatly unusual because by the looks of him, by his actions, he would be no less than a year old. And as a well-formed Tremere, you know for a fact, unless the sire has died, the sire and child have a year-long blood bond. He has none. You can assume BB is dead.
Take a breath, season 3.
Yeah.
The Vampire Kindergarten.
So, yeah, Gable sort of, say, yeah, that's interesting. Well, you, sir, are, well, you know, if you couldn't tell by the everything about you, are Clan Ventrue. Sort of the, well, normally I'd say pompous asses, but I think nobility is how you all see yourselves.
I do try not to be too much of an ass.
No, you don't seem like one.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Excuse me while I choke to death on my soda.
Yes, well, it's good to understand that much.
I guess I just come by it naturally. Runs in the family.
Runs in the family. Interesting. Yeah, what's
I mean,
what's
that's the term for it, right? You know, if you turn someone into this, then I mean, aren't they kind of your like other family at that point? Child of some kind.
Yes. So you remember your sire then?
Oh, not at all. I just woke up one day and was like this, and I know a bit about how to get by. I remembered that much, but there's a great deal that seems to have escaped me for some reason, and I have some theories as to methods that could have been used for that, but I don't know for sure, and have not yet located a way to undo it.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure that you can probably find a way, although if you need help, I'm sure I can probably point you in a decent direction. That's kind of...
I'm always happy to accept help on a task when needed.
Yes. Interesting. So you don't really exactly know much then about the society we're in, do you?
I'm sort of trying to feel things out as I go.
Well, I suppose I can help you along with that a bit.
That would be appreciated.
Great. I guess don't even know where to start. Gabe would kind of Gabe's actually would probably sort of not go super in depth because he's only going to take the time that he's doing to cast like the rituals and stuff before we leave. But Gabe will kind of go into a little bit about like, the Camarilla and the Anarchs and, the Camarilla territory, the different types of kindred and a little bit about each. And just kind of
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Morgan's taking notes.
So you're getting a rough Kindred 101 right now. Different clans, different sects, and different ways of actually living, which is not jacking your memory at all. You weren't even given half of this information from your sire or Stanislaw.
Okay.
So you listen at Gabe, you're watching him take notes, try to, figure this stuff out, and is heeding everything that you say quite well.
Gotcha. Now, can I do like I don't know what kind of role this would be. Would Gabe happen to recognize the name B.B. Kramer? Probably not, but...
It's Bramer, by the way.
It's what?
Bramer, I'll put it in chat.
Bramer, okay.
You could actually, if you wanted to do, give me a moment. Just have to look at a sheet for a moment. I would say actually intelligence and awareness instead of wits this time.
Okay.
Because you're actually trying to remember, and you're using your intelligence over your wits at the moment.
It's the same amount of dice. It's fine.
Okay, well, as long as it's the same amount. If Olivia would like to do this as well, you are more welcome to. You're more than welcome to.
Flat 5.
Okay. Olivia, did you want to do this as well or no? As Olivia slowly stares off. And
You're muted.
What am I rolling? What?
would you like to remember if you know the name BB Bramer?
Would I have heard them talk about it?
You're there right there with them as you're watching Gabe set
Yeah,
up
sure.
board. Okay.
What is this?
Wits and no. Intelligence and awareness.
Where the hell's intelligence? Come on.
It's on top of your mental attributes. It's a 3.
There we go. I really need to put more points into this shit. Ah, no! Bad dice.
Floor dice don't count.
5 flat.
Oh boy, you both have this. Yes, you're 5 twins. Actually, that name does pop up. You remember that wonderful little get together you went into Stanislaus' estate, and the group of Ventru that Gabe's child was trying to get into. She was among them. A very beautiful woman in a very tailored suit. She was supposed to be one of the up-and-coming Ventrus. Even, kind of hung on Gabe's child's arm for a little bit. She was actually toasted a few times as well in the background as you guys were wandering around, wandering in and out of places during that party. So that name does actually ring a bell. She was Camarilla and part of Jackson's goon squad.
My suspicions list keeps getting longer. This is not cool.
Now, Gabe, you do know there's no blood bond between Morgan and Dee Dee, or BB. So you have for every inclination knowing she's dead.
Yeah.
Who are the dogs in?
Hold on.
So yeah, after Gabe finishes sort of explaining all of this, he would also say something to the effect of, well, I'm quite sorry to hear that BB was unable to explain this to you. I'm sorry for your loss.
Who's BB?
BB was your sire.
Oh. Interesting.
I take it you were not aware of her final passing.
I don't recall. I mean, I may have met her briefly once. BB was a she, correct? Sure looks good. And
Yes.
Morgan's thinking of the, flash of the face in a club. So I think I only met her once that I recall, and it was only very briefly.
About how long ago was this?
Would Morgan know?
You know what? I will say that he roughly remembers it about late September, beginning of October.
Maybe late September, early October.
Yes, well, she must have passed fairly recently. I remember seeing her at a function not too long ago. It was actually one of Stanislaus' functions.
Is that the sort of thing that, are there authorities for us to report things to? Or
My guess is that if she is gone, your Camarilla Prince is probably aware of this. She did appear to be part of his inner circle.
Okay. Perhaps I should contact them.
Perhaps. There's somebody else I can try to reach out to as well.
Oh, that would be greatly appreciated.
Great. I'm gonna shoot 2 text messages. One I'm going to send to my childer, and the other one I'm going to send to Morgan. The one to Johnny is just gonna be like, "Hey, haven't heard from you in a bit. Just wanted to check in." The other one to Morgan is going to be a question. Did you happen to know BB Bramer?
To your child, or he'll be like, "How's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. Had to move a bit. It seems that Johnburg's not the place it used to be anymore. So, hope you're doing well." And then Morgan, or just better to say Morgaine at this point.
Keep things separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Morgan,
change the character name. It's fine.
Morgaine will,
Chrono's version was not nice.
yeah. Morgaine will go briefly, but I try not to associate with the Clan of Kings for reasons.
Gabe would respond back with, "No, I completely understand that. Was just curious if Gabe would say, I recall meeting her in passing, and recently found out that she is no longer walking among us. Was just curious if you knew anything about that situation."
First word is pity. ... The second one is she's part of she was part of the Up and Coming with Jacksons, but she was also hanging around with that weird Malkavian. He had that big party a while back. He was trying to get into Jackson's, graces, and didn't really mix in well. But then again, what do you expect from Malkavian?
Yes, I do remember him. Well, I just wanted to check to see if you'd heard anything or anything like that. I hope you're doing well.
Doing okay. Recuperating the chantry and such. Any chance you've picked up any of the missing artifacts?
None of the ones relating to She Who Must Not Be Named.
What are we, Harry Potter now?
Yes.
Wonderful. I take it you have a reason for not saying her name.
Well, some of the Lasombra that I've recently spoken with seem to think that the name has power, and I don't really think that that's too far-fetched, so...
Lasombra and their incessant need for being overly suspicious. I'm not surprised.
Wouldn't you be overly suspicious if you had to deal with She Who Must Not Be Named?
An old kindred locked somewhere in this city. I'm more worried about when she gets out, and if she gets hungry, who the hell is not going to be eaten?
Well, apparently they are too.
Yes, but they're overly suspicious, worse than us. They might not be telling us everything we need to know, and I don't like that. Then again, I don't expect anyone to tell us everything we need to know.
No, that would be quite foolish of them.
You're not wrong. Unfortunately, knowing everyone thinks us still usurpers and doesn't trust us for all our secrets, might as well knock on a few doors and ask,
You're not wrong. Well, thanks so much. I hope you have a pleasant evening.
Indeed. We're trying to get the rest of Anastasia's goon squad, as the young people say, and trying to rally up whoever decided to come in here and do all of that incessant killing. So, do stay safe.
You as well.
Thank you.
Best of luck finding the incessant killers.
Thank you. And she'll stop texting.
Great.
I'm gonna let Gabe know that I can take the shadow or a portion of the shadow. I'd like to be able to speak with her. And my home will clear out soon.
Going to kind of mentally message her, Agrippa. Is it possible to split your shadow between me and another?
There's gonna be a brief pause. I can attempt to, but I'm already split up as it is. If I could find the water myself, it would be easier for me to do.
Gotcha. Gabe would tell Olivia, well, I could dictate for you. However, without finding more things like we found today, it probably would not be a good idea to separate her more than she is.
And do you want to keep track of her?
I would like to. Yes. Yeah.
If you decide you want to change that, let me know.
That's fine. Is there something I can ask her for you?
No, I'd imagine I can call you if I need to talk to her. It was more a safe place for her to stay kind of thing.
No, I understand.
If either of you feel the need to change your situation, she can shift to my place.
We'll make that call if we need to, yes. In the meantime, Morgan, you haven't met Prince Jackson, have you?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Probably best to hold off on doing that for a bit.
Okay. May I ask why?
Well, it's a little abnormal that your sires passed, and I sort of get the sense that your coming into our society was not approved.
It requires approval. Interesting.
Generally.
Well, it's supposed to anyway.
Well,
does that put me in danger?
It depends on who turned you and why.
The fact that your sire's no longer around makes me wary.
Okay. Should I consider relocating? Is there maybe another territory or another place that I could go aside from Chicago that would be more understanding of my situation?
Junie, for more player knowledge, I mean, would it be something that he would need to, like, get out of Chicago, or would he be, like, okay and stay under the radar?
Well, also, do notice the note I just gave you privately. You do know that with him being young and the information you just found out, it's not exactly the best place for him to be in. It would be, shall we say, a little more prudent for the next year to move out of Chicago just until certain things wear off.
Gotcha. Actually, I do think it would be best to remove yourself from the city. I can... let's just say that I'm friendly with the Baron here. Perhaps it would be better if you moved yourself out of that territory.
Well, that sounds lovely. I think that's a sensible arrangement. Until we ensure that everything's sort of worked out. Whereabouts would you suggest staying?
I mean, I'm sure it's far from the poshness you're probably used to. However, I do have extra space at my place, or if you would prefer to acquire your own housing, you're welcome to.
Oh, I'd be delighted to come visit you for a while. I may acquire my own place, in the area, depending on how things go.
Or Frank.
Not even sorry.
Nope.
Not even sorry.
Like I said, I would need to discuss things with my Baron, but I think William's
of
William's
course,
fairly reasonable.
I wouldn't want to run afoul of any authorities.
Oh no, I think it would be quite all right. But the sooner that we get you out of Chicago, the better. So.
Why don't you call William then?
I suppose I can do that. Pull up William on my phone. At this point, he's saved under Honey Bun.
Maybe ask if he knows where Boblin went while you're at it.
That was also on my to-do list, yes.
Well, are you messaging him or are you calling him?
I would probably call first, and if he didn't answer, then I would message.
If you were using his direct line, you would get, of course, his standard, "You have reached William. Please leave a message and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience."
You have reached.
You have reached.
You have reached
Marriage.
William. Please message me at your earliest convenience.
I'm pretty sure even Jean-Luc would take offense to this.
Because while we are waiting for everything else that is going on in our lives, we are hunting rabbits.
Gabriel is what brings us together today.
Dearness in our blessed arrangement. A dream within a
Sick in
dream.
the middle of stream. Can we not?
So, yeah, Gabe would just leave like a quick I'll just send you a message, but you should call me back when you can, and then hang up, and then send him a text, basically saying,
Give me a moment. Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna type it while you do it. Hold on.
Found a toy royal.
Okay, go for it. Sorry.
Basically gonna just say, hey, I need to bring a Cam Ventru into our territory. Hope that's cool. Talk soon. Gabe.
I can hear it now. There's the sigh and the what the hell?
What in the bloody hell are you doing in my territory, Gabriel?
What's a Sam Hale? Think about it. He's gonna be swearing more like Southern. So what the Sam Hale are you doing in my territory with this man, Gabe? I thought we had an accord. Well, I thought we had an agreement. Something like that.
Is that what he'd respond with?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you messaging him?
I messaged him on Discord, just so that he had that. I
Lovely.
don't know if he would respond in time. However, it is what it is.
Gabe's gonna ask forgiveness, not permission. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming all of the wards are done by now, and you guys are kind of just gently lingering into the hallway talking about this stuff because there's no kind around. And
Perhaps-
Morgan was made sure that they are all in their offices so they can't hear what's going on down here.
Perhaps we should relocate to a more suitable location. I have a place to meet in downtown Chicago, or if you prefer to go elsewhere, then we can do so, but standing around in the hallway doesn't seem like the best place to chat.
I need to go. I'm gonna text Huey and have him bring the truck to me.
Okay.
Unless he left. Did he leave it at my place?
The truck would have been at your place to help move the ladies to the farm.
Okay, so he's using it right now is what it is. Gabe, if you can drop me at home, I've got to, actually, can you drop me off at this address?
Oh, yes, of course. Morgan, let's just not have you go back to Chicago for the time being.
All right. Where, I suppose I should stay in Joliet?
Yes, you can stay with me for now. We just need to drop Miss Vonage off someplace, but I can give you the address to where I live if you'd like to follow us, or whatever would be easier for you.
I can have my driver take me to your place, or I can ride with you, whichever you would prefer.
You can ride with us if you'd like. Like I said, I just need to drop off Miss Vonage someplace.
Okay, I'll text the driver, let him know that that's all for now, and once I get the address, I will also text the driver to have someone come check on me if they don't hear back for 36 hours.
There.
The driver will do exactly what you said. And so as you get into the car and you drive away from Chicago and head back to Joliet, it's quiet. Sometimes it's a little too quiet. It's a little darker in the car than normal. But then again, you all know who's riding with you. Or at least two of you do. And as you get over to Olivia's house, Morgan, you do see that this is a very lavish, at least a very lavish ranch in the suburbs. It does look like Olivia is in a gated community and has, invested herself well. And
what a charming little park.
Thank you.
Gabe's gonna openly laugh at that.
Oh, this is... I'm not being disingenuous. This place seems like a lovely little getaway.
I'm gonna hold up my card for him.
Takes card, provides one back.
Thank you. I have to check securities here before I go home. I have a ride. Thank you, Gabe.
Do you need assistance?
No, we're good.
Well, call if you need.
I will. Thank you, Gabe.
And go ahead.
Do I have anyone on my employ that can do wards, Jenny?
No, you do not. You have Gabe.
Okay, then I'll actually get a hold of him later.
Now, are you going into your home, or...?
Yeah, I'm going in. This is where the ladies should have been moved.
It's a, as you guys are starting to drive away, it's a gorgeous house. It's a nice house, and as you pass, you start to see where the horses are being stored, and it's easy to know this is a horse farm.
I'm going to stop and chat with the animals that are here. Ask them to keep an eye on things. Try to get a hold of the Fae to help watch this area.
Okay.
And Elizabeth and the Capones, and ask them to secure it a little bit for me.
The Capones will tell you they are stretched a bit thin. They will look at lending a hand when they can. Elizabeth tells you that they've already gotten people there, so that's already being watched. And when you hear back from Wrench, she'll say, "What do you mean being watched? You've got several squirrels and chipmunks over there." Oh, a few rabbits and maybe a sheep or two. Please do not do anything to the sheep.
Are they Fae, Wrench?
Of course they're Fae. That's what I'm telling you. Don't do anything to the
Thank
sheep.
you.
They may turn
Thank
into
you
a
so much.
satyr.
Into a... Wow. Forgot those were a part of the mix.
Oh. Yeah, there's a reason why there's a thing with Scotsmen and sheep. We can't help this.
How do I make sure that they're taken care of while they're here?
Oh, just feed them like normal sheep. Just don't, wait. Let's just put it to you this way. If you wake up in the middle of the night and there's a bonfire in the sheep pen, don't go near it.
Right.
Actually,
I'm gonna have to hire someone special for this one. Got it.
if there's a party in the if there's a party in the barn, just ignore it. Just walk away.
I'm gonna find people from my employ to play farmhand, because I assume they're used to this kind of crazy by now.
Sure. Absolutely. So, the wrench will make sure that, of course, when she texts you all of this, she's trying to keep her language clean as much as possible. And she'll say, don't worry, we got somebody in charge of all of it. We'll have you meet her soon. We're kind of looking for people right now. Some people were taken.
Was Boblin one of those people?
Possibly.
What help do you need?
We don't know yet. We're trying to find out who took them, because we were fighting those things, the big creatures. Yeah.
The thing where she pulls the phone away and starts shouting explicitives for a few minutes.
As you're driving away, you guys can see her putting the phone down and swearing explicitives. It's a long driveway because it's a large ranch.
One of those big loopy ones where you can see everything.
Doctor,
She's
is
so
that
pleasant. Ah, yes, that's rather normal for her. She gets quite angry quite easily.
If you have your windows down, you hear a mixture of English and Russian expletives. Thank you, Sava.
When I put the phone back to my ear, it'll be, let me know if you find anything. I'll let you know what I find.
Sure, absolutely. Just keep sprinkles at the ready. I think she left something for Gabe. You might want to make sure he reads his stuff at some point.
That's been picked up. Who needs the sprinkles?
Gabe, he asked about something about sprinkles and in the things.
Yeah, I'll give him my stash. I don't need it anymore.
Okay. Good to know. Have fun.
Thank you, Ranch. They click, go inside and check on the ladies and make sure everything's to their liking. And
Oh, they're asleep. Everything's fine. The house is already done. The boxes are already unpacked. They're asleep and knocked out.
I'm gonna reach into my bag, find Cujo, pull him out, and yeah, Cujo's staying here. You'll be fine, Cujo. You're the only cat here. You're gonna be quite happy, I promise. Look, the ladies are here.
And he will just walk over, hop on one of the beds, curl up, and fall asleep.
Thank you, Cujo. And then I'm going to get in the truck and go home and make sure Derek took the dog.
So when you get home and Gabe and Morgan kind of see, as they're pulling away and they're driving down the road, they see a truck move the opposite way and head that way. Is there any conversation you guys have?
Yes, actually.
Oh, delightful.
So as we're clearing the driveway and I see the truck go that way, Gabe's gonna say, to my understanding, you had a bit of a dietary restriction.
Yes. I can't stomach anything mundane.
Anything mundane. Any specific type of non-mundane that you may need that I can attempt to stock for you?
Anything supernatural will do.
Well, I do still have some Garou left.
I don't recall if I've ever had Garou, but I have had Thin Blood, and that was quite suitable. Junie, would he have had Mage at this point? Or I'm quite fond of Mage.
I don't think I have any because there wasn't a whole lot of Mage Blood to start with. Well, I can attempt to try to get Mage Blood for you. The only thing that we have, I believe, in stock is Mundane. So I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate that. I do also have some resources that I've been cultivating in my company that I may be able to take advantage of, even though I'm remote for a while.
Okay. Yes, that would be easy for you, I assume. I guess in a pinch, just being a little upfront, how should I say? Me and my coterie tend to find ourselves in situations that are a little bit troublesome at times. So in a pinch, I guess I could always give you some of mine. That way you wouldn't get bonded or anything. But
I appreciate the sentiment, but all things being equal, I would prefer to avoid it. Just eating friends seems like such a bad precedent to set.
it is a bad precedent, but you never know when you might, I don't know, be in a lot of trouble, and there's been times where it's had to be done in the past, so.
Of course, and, all things being equal, I'm sure that we're both more used to each other alive than dead.
Well, yes, I probably agree that that's true.
And Morgan will note the open question there and be like, am I dinner?
That's just because he hasn't met Frank yet.
Yeah, actually Gabe would also mention that my housemate Frank is a bit sensitive about the treatment of thin bloods in our society, so it may not be a great idea to act negatively towards them when he's around.
Oh, fair enough. For what it's worth, I employ a number of thin bloods and do my utmost to ensure that they are treated well. I am not looking to harm anyone, but one has to eat.
Understood. That's fine. I just wanted to give you the heads up.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. So yeah, that would generally be the conversation.
No worries. So you guys drive home, pull in. Of course, Frank's not there. You don't see the bike. There's probably a note saying, out to do some stuff, be back, hopefully by morning. Don't worry.
I'm gonna leave a little counter note, just saying, we have house guests, don't freak out.
Just take a tie and put it on the doorknob.
Right.
You can lead him to Abel's room, because Abel's room really was just a guest room.
Yeah.
Being where Abel is at the moment, he's really not going to use the room at all.
Right.
This is a very nice home you have.
Well, it's nicest home I've ever had, yes.
Well, not really.
I love the decor.
Gabe's had nicer, but this is not back home. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And basically, Morgan's just trying to be nice and polite and talk up any good points that he sees. Little bit of flattery, little bit of trying to, like, be friendly. Just people tend to react poorly when, like, their personal homes are criticized, so he's trying to avoid that. And, just finding everything positive that he can.
By the way, if you go upstairs and like past your room, you will notice that there are several mirrors in one bathroom.
This is true.
Well, I mean, I don't judge. It's
Just
quite...
wanted to let you know.
Question: did you label the mirrors?
Yeah, he probably would have labeled them in his own special way. So like, it would have been like angry shooty lady for Amelia. It would have been like tiger chick for Olivia. There would be one that says honey bun on there. And then one for trouble for Frank.
I'm sorry, irony kicks up here. My username in high school was Tigger Chick. No joke.
It should have been like RAR XD Nuzzles. Yeah.
So as you pass by this room, or by this bathroom, you do see all these mirrors, and they are all labeled.
Oh,
I mean,
and
I
then Abel's
suppose that will provide, great angles when you're inspecting yourself in the mirror.
Yes, which I actually do quite frequently.
It's important to look your best, and having that extra angle can make all the difference in ensuring that your appearance is adequate.
Oh, it certainly does.
Like, there's a big difference between this and this. The profile makes all the difference, and if you don't get it right, it can look fine when it's dead on and look all wrong when it's the profile.
Right, exactly. It's like, if you just tilt it a little bit this way, it's just you look like a horrible cretin.
And it's so much easier if it's all already in place and you don't have to adjust anything to do the inspection. It's much easier.
Exactly.
It's a very sensible setup.
Incredibly sensible. Glad you agree.
Right. Does he pass by Gabe's room at all?
I don't know, Gabe.
That's what I'm asking, Gabe.
I don't remember. Was Gabe's room in the basement? I don't know.
No,
I don't even
Gabe's
know what
lab.
Gabe's room
Gabe's
is.
lab was in the basement.
Gabe's lab was in the basement. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Anything in particular that he would see us passing by?
Yeah, doors open, it's a hot mess. There's like random like scrolls thrown all over the place and like random like jackets tossed about. It's not a very clean room.
Colorful.
Where is William's mirror?
William's mirror is Honey Bun.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think color-wise, a lot, probably like a dark blue.
So, you've got pinks, greens, blues. Right now, he's wearing a dark blue suit, so you know that Gabe is a very colorful individual, as the scrolls are all over the place. And I do need you to do a composure and resolve check, please.
Okay.
He hates colors.
And
That's why he's got to do the check. I hate the color blue.
Oh, no, it's not the colors that he's doing the check for. But
I'm
but good call. I mean, you're reaching it. It's fantastic. I love it. Do more.
That is 3 successes and a crit. So crit 4, I believe.
So as you're passing by and you're seeing all these colorful suits on the floor, and you see the scrolls, and half of them are rolled up, and some of them are just laying down, or kind of like a mismatch, a mess. You do get a flash of walking into a room, and you remember seeing scrolls like that. Some with blood on them, some unrolled and burnt. The smell of burnt paper does come into your nose. You remember some screams, flashes of people yelling in Latin, and then slowly somebody going, "Oh, did you find it?" And you look down and your hand holds 2 scrolls and you're back.
You smell smoke.
No.
Must be a trick of my imagination.
Bloodhound, do I smell smoke?
No, you do not.
No, yeah, didn't think so. Interesting trick of your imagination to affect your olfactory senses, but I suppose it happens.
If you do it, what's investigation?
What's an investigation?
What's an investigation? Or what's an insight, whichever one's higher.
Should
yeah.
I be rolling to deceive at
No,
this point?
this is something that that Gabe is observing as you're going through this. And it's hard to deceive when you're not even sure what you're deceiving against.
It's flat 5.
As you say that about your olfactory senses and you're watching him, you see he's going through a memory as in something's flashing in front of his eyes. You know that he's young. He doesn't have a sire, and you know why he doesn't have a sire. But he's telling you the truth. That leads you to believe that somebody did something to his mind. And if he says that he knew of Stanislaw and the name was familiar, Stanislaw was excellent in the art of domination.
Thank you. Yeah, that was kind of my inner theory. So you said that I can tell that he's like seeing a vision currently?
You believe that he just saw one. He's just finishing out of it because he's asking you about smoke and what would affect his olfactory senses. Being your doctor, a repressed memory trying to come out.
You know, I wish that I could help you more directly with your memories. Because I think they would benefit you. However, it's not really within my wheelhouse, and the person whose wheelhouse it is in is not responding to my text messages.
Who would that be?
That would be the Baron.
Well, I'm sure he's busy. It sounds like a very important position.
Junie, can I do a wits and medicine to see what Gabe would know about if there is a mundane way to try and bring forth memories like that have been repressed, or if it would even be worth trying?
You can try. I would say more of intelligence and occult.
Intelligence and occult? Okay.
While you're rolling that, Olivia, you arrive home. It's quiet. Goldie actually is still there. And she is not leaving. So she's just at the door, laying there, just waiting for you to come home. But it's a silent, quiet place. And with Gabe, your occult knowledge will tell you that apparently my neighbors are trying to bust through my ceiling. Your occult knowledge will tell you that this is not a medical condition. His mind was worked on, and you'd have to delve into the pathway of dominate, or possibly higher powers of Auspex to possibly be able to figure out how to work out what's in his mind or what is left of it.
Having 5 points in Auspex, what kind of higher powers of Auspex?
Telepathy.
Not that high. Okay.
Is there someone at the Chantry who might be?
So, Olivia, you're going into your home. It's dark. It's quiet. Nobody's in there. Goldie is at the door.
I'm gonna reach out to the house and see what I sense, while cussing at the fact that I can still see Goldie.
Well, Goldie's still there, as the ever obedient and friendly and loving dog. Actually, most of the birds are gone. Most of the squirrels and chipmunks are as well. There might be a few butterflies, but you know what? They're resting right now, and all is quiet right now. Even the Garou Nation.
I wish. So I'm going to call Derek and ask why he didn't take the dog.
Derek will let you go to voicemail, but he will respond back within about 5 or 6 minutes saying the dog didn't want to go and bit me several times as I tried to pick her up to take her, and that's a hard no.
I guess loyalty is what it is. Sorry about that.
Hey, if you
What's
go,
your address?
You're not dropping her off. She's not going to stay with me.
I'm not dropping the dog off.
Okay.
I need your address.
Okay, he'll give it to you.
And did the Fae go with you?
Some did.
Okay.
Some preferred to stay with you out of loyalty to Boblin.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure somebody went with you to keep an eye on you for a while.
Yes, I'm fine. I can turn into a 12-foot tall powerhouse of angriness and fluff. Have you seen me when I've tried to brush out my curls? It's like, okay, Karen, what do I do now? And I look like a fucking poof ball.
Are you capable of turning into a 6-foot monster right now?
Yes.
Okay.
12 foot. But I mean, I know your feet don't matter to you. Only inches.
Look, last time I paid attention, you were in a cast. I don't know if you heal that fast.
Do you want me to send you a TikTok of me dancing in a jig?
No, I'll take your word for it. You have all the paperwork and contacts, yeah?
Yes, you made sure you emailed all of that last week.
All right. Do you want the address the ladies went to?
Got it already. I escorted them.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your own devices, and no offense, make sure they're secured first.
Oh, promise? I mean, my own devices. I could do a lot.
Just don't tell me.
But what's the fun? I like to see your reactions. Miss, I bite people.
I don't bite people if I don't have to, damn it.
But
That's
you...
what the Capri Suns are for.
I don't bite other vampires. Miss, I eat everything. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't eat me.
Quite honestly, I'm afraid that there's too much fur involved for me to eat you in the first place.
Oh, burn. Choke on a fuzzball, damn it. Hairball. Wait, can you get hairballs?
I stayed in my cat form long enough, yes.
Oh, great. So I can kick the pussy to the curb. Yes!
Right. Talk to you later, Derek.
Later. And while she's in her home, what are you two doing? As he's realizing certain things and you've discovered a couple of stuff.
Morgan will be kind of slowly exploring the house, the public areas. He's not going to go into anyone's room. But, you know, if there's a library that's open, he's going to, like, go to the library and just glance across book titles. If there are scrolls, he will probably be just kind of looking at them.
Mute skis.
Mute.
Thank you. Gabe would follow him into the library, sort of like sigh and say, well, I didn't really want to have to bother Morgaine again, but it might be worth a trip to the Chantry to see if we can find out about your memories.
Do I need to roll anything?
Composure and resolve. Because, of course, you had to trip his trigger.
Oh.
Yeah. Please hope you pass. Please hope you pass. The Guru Nation are
So he
hoping
wants
so
to
too.
remember. So this might be a willpower thing at this point.
Well, compulsion resolve and then willpower, depending on what your roll is.
And just for luck, yellow vest.
Okay, so 3 successes without the willpower. I just tick the box, and how many do I reroll when I use the willpower?
3 failed dice.
Okay, so burning 1 willpower. How do I? Alright, I'll
How many willpower do you have?
my max willpower is 6.
Okay, so spending this one, you'll have
Puts me down
5.
to 5. Okay, so that gives me a 5.
Okay, so with the compulsion resolve, as the memory comes up to you, you can control this memory. Do you choose to ride the wave, or would you prefer to control what you see and what you don't see?
I will want to see it all. I will try to control the pace, if that makes sense.
Okay, what do you want to see?
Well, the word chantry triggered it, so I want to see what the chantry is. What I did at the chantry, which I assume at that point I'm going to remember, you know, kind of getting waved through security and then doing something to help other people who would not get waved through.
Well, what happens is that you are in a convoy and you roll up to what looks like Chinatown in Chicago. You've been to Chinatown. You know this place. It was you and your sire. You see Anastasia, several other people. You're all dressed in black. You actually have a mask on your face. And you're following Anastasia, and you walk into what looks like a simple, bookshop. And of course you see 2 people coming down the stairs to greet you and to tend to you as per usual. Sorry, the noise. I gotta focus. And what happens is that as they come up, it looks like 2 people were shot right then and there, right in front of you. But Anastasia keeps telling you to move forward, and as somebody comes towards those beaded gates in front of what would be the back room, they turn around and they are taken as well. She stops them and tells them and commands them to do something. You walk through those gates and walk through that doorway, and you turn to see the two people opening up what looks like a hidden passageway. And as you go up the stairs, Gabe would start to notice, or, you would start to see the chantry as it is. And it looks like people are coming to defend. And it's almost like, they were prepared and ready as you stand behind Anastasia, and the two long rows of people come in, and they just start to shoot. You start to see people dropping. You start to see people attack the people that are shooting. It starts to be a war zone where Anastasia still walks through. You walk through, and your sire behind you walks through. She then turns around to show you what looks like a picture of a small iron box and says, "Start looking." BB goes one way, you walk the other. Then, as you still hear the firing and the shooting in back, several more people come up behind you. As you're walking through, people come around the corner, and they know that you're not supposed to be in this chantry. They're starting to run and attack you, and that's where people from behind you move to intercede. As this happens, you notice your mind is flickering in and out. You don't remember much of it, but you're starting to now see flickers, like as in your mind has been tampered with. You're realizing for the first time your memory is not as solid as it would have been. You then remember going into the library. You remember everything that you saw when you looked into Gabe's room. You then walk out and see the vault door opened. And you walk towards that. And Anastasia has a box or a bag and hands it to you and says, "Get this out now. You need to give it back to the master." And the last thing you remember is you're running out, seeing ash floating in the air where bodies once were, the blood against the walls, people screaming, and you start to see fire starting to come up around you and then fade. And you're back.
Wow. So, is the chantry by any chance, is it a bookstore?
Gabe, you know that's the beginning of where the chantry is. Or
Or where it was.
Yes.
Yeah. At one point, yes. Do you know the location?
Chinatown?
Oh, so have you been there?
Yeah, it might be best to not involve the chantry right
now. Any particular reason why? I mean, I know that Morgan's not a huge fan of Ventruse, but...
I suspect I might not be welcome.
Junie, does Folderall give me anything with that?
Are you lying?
I honestly, I don't... Morgan does not believe that he would receive a friendly reception if he ever went back there.
He's telling the truth?
There would be a whole lot of fighting my way back out if I got back out.
The thing is that Morgan doesn't remember the mask covered his identity.
Right. So, and that's in the memory's body. So,
right.
He might not trust that part of it anyhow. And also, he's also had magic demonstrated tonight. So he doesn't know what other ways there might be to identify him. Maybe somebody could recognize his scent, or his aura, or
that's fair.
So I seem to recall. I don't think that it was voluntary, but I do recall some repossession of a metal box. Or parts of it.
Repossession of a metal box, you say?
Yeah, about yay big, handles, iron. Very, very nasty. What of it I can remember. I didn't remember it at all until you just said the word. And I guess memory works in funny ways. You get a word or an object or a sentence, and that triggers things.
Jenny, do I recognize the big metal box he's describing? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to verify. I mean,
Would I remember the name Anastasia? Yeah, I believe a woman named Anastasia was in charge of the operation.
Gabe, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yep.
You don't even have to roll this shit.
Yep. Interesting.
Damn it, so.
Yes,
We're fucked.
Oh, boy. Well, yes, I think going back there would be quite a bad idea.
Yeah, there was Anastasia. We were both working, I think, for the Master, but honestly, I can't remember who the Master is. I just kind of have this feeling that I'm supposed to try and help.
Help the Master?
I believe so. I assume that it's... Would I know that it's some kind of directive at this point?
Yeah. You have a feeling that it is a directive.
I have a feeling that it's less my own want and more want that was given to me, if that makes any sense.
No, that tracks quite well, actually. You're going to be more trouble than you're worth, aren't you?
I certainly hope not.
Gabe says that like half jokingly, by the way. He doesn't say it like in a mean way.
Like Frank's not.
Yeah.
I certainly hope not. I'll certainly try to earn my keep.
Gabe is going to very slowly explain to him the situation regarding the break-in at the Chantry. And, it kind of explained to him that the person that he was thinking might be able to help hedge the Chantry, and she would definitely not be happy to see him. They're, in fact, looking for the people who pulled that break-in at present.
So I shouldn't just go back to Chicago.
No, you should not go back to Chicago for a while. Definitely not now. Not a story point this time. Gabe would also mention that were you ever told, or Gabe would ask, were you ever told what's in the box?
Not that I recall.
Do you remember where that box might be now?
No. I think I gave it to the Master. I don't remember who the Master is, though.
Yeah, we're gonna need William.
A swoopsie poop, we need you to fuck with someone's head again.
Okay, we need to clip that. We need a clip of that.
Yeah, we do.
I do not respond to the term of schmoopsy poo.
I am not your schmoopsy poo, nor am I any other kind of schmoopsy.
To a poo. Oh my god.
And not.
Gabe will sort of like inwardly be like, God damn it.
Hold on. That clip that I've got in my channel. God damn it. Yeah, mm-hmm.
God fucking damn it, Dave.
I feel that one.
All right.
Now, one of the only other things that I remember is like locked alone in the dark with like monsters, like things bigger than bears that were like half wolf, half man, and fighting them.
Really? You fought them?
Yeah, I think they told me to fight them.
How unpleasant.
Yes, unpleasant is an accurate descriptor, I believe.
Is there anything else that you remember?
Do I need to roll through that?
Sure, why not?
What should I roll?
I'd say roll your composure and resolve.
Composure, resolve. Alright.
Just to see that if you can kind of center yourself. Then if you do pass your composure resolve, then intelligence and awareness. I'm looking for at least 4 to 5 successes. While that's going on, Olivia, is there anything you're doing in the house now that you're back home after you've called your brother?
Depends. What time is it?
I would say, you being that you've done a lot of driving and a lot of stuff going on, I would say it's about 1, 2-ish in the morning. You know sunset comes at about 4 or 5, about 5 or 6.
I'd probably start with researching Agrippa.
Okay. All right, give me a intelligence, and you've got a decent sense of technology, correct?
It has 1 point, I think.
Okay, give me that roll. While you're rolling, what did you get?
I got a 3 crit on my composure resolve.
All right, I'll give it to you because it's correct.
How many dice do I get if I roll my willpower into this?
If you spend a willpower, you can roll whatever is not success.
So, and then I need to roll intelligence and wits?
Mm-hmm. Because you're actually trying to remember. And also you're going against the domination that's in your mind.
Fun! 2 crits and a success.
Okay, so 4.
Burning a willpower.
Okay. Give me a minute to get your information. Go for it. Okay, so with D-Written, you're trying to remember what else? I apologize.
Just anything from the blanked out period.
You do remember being in Stanislaus' house, seeing the Guru in their natural form and natural state, watching them fight each other. You also do remember bits and pieces of conversations. The lady was always brought up, but never her name.
Okay. I remember, and I'll kind of relay that. I remember a lady, or talk about a lady. I remember lovely country estate, with a with a stable out back where there were, I guess, werewolves or things that were part werewolf, part not. Fighting each other. A big estate, several stories tall. A decently sized ballroom. I remember there being bits of conversation about a lady, and he will effectively go on to describe what Stan's estate looks like, the place that you went to for the party.
And that, Gabe, you do know of that rather well.
Sorry I can't give more details. The rest of it's just kind of blurred.
No, it's fine. Stanislaw had a very good knack for compelling people to do what he wanted them to do, and then removing memories of it.
I think he might have been the master. I don't know for sure.
Well, there's nothing I can really do about your memory until I hear back from William.
Is there any... I'm assuming that this being involved with the incident of the Chantry would result in some potential legal issues. Is there anything akin to an attorney that we have, or anyone that I should be talking to try and get this resolved without, I assume that there would be some hard feelings about it.
That is one way to put it. Well, there are options, and as much as from what, well, I suppose we could potentially discuss this with Morgaine, but I would much rather find out more about what you know first regarding what had happened.
I'd certainly rather have the opportunity to cooperate than not.
And I would too. I just feel like it may be better if we had more information to go off of.
Oh, I assumed that were we to call Morgaine, that they would result to invasive methods rather quickly.
Probably.
I'd prefer to avoid that if possible.
Yes, it'd probably be best, which is why I wanted to wait to hear back from William. I mean, I do know a couple other Malkavians, but I'm not really sure how into this kind of thing Artemis is. Suppose I can shoot her a message. And I'll send a quick text. Artemis! Mind stuff, help!
Mind stuff, help.
You get a
H-A-L-P.
You get a reply of, "Darling, you looking to wipe people's minds?"
No. Restore memory, and he would have mentioned to me that it was a directive, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Restore memory and erase a directive.
Well, once a directive's done, it's done. However, if you wish to re-put someone's mind together, I may know a few people. It's not really my repertoire. However, I do know a few people.
And who might these people be?
Some of my clan up here in the Chicago area.
Like who?
She'll list off a few names because Junie can't bullshit that well right now.
That's fine. Anybody who can be discreet?
Why, darling, we're always discreet.
Well, you know how it is with Hemalcavians.
What you saying about us?
I love you. Nothing bad.
I can assure you that we are of the most appropriate clan ever. That we would do everything that we can as long as our fees are paid, and I will make sure they're paid for you. But if you're looking for a discreet retweaking of the mind, are they kindred or are they kind? And does their brain matter after we're done with it?
Kindred, and yes, it matters.
Fair. All right. When do you want this little mind scramble to happen?
You know, you saying things like mind scrambled and does the brain really matter isn't all that reassuring.
Well, I mean, there's some people that don't mind us scrambling a little mind, here and there, and their once their purpose is done, their existence sometimes is inconsequential to the person asking about the thing. So then, we like to help other of our kind, other of our family, to try and improve upon their mental powers, if you know what I mean. So I'm just asking to make sure that I get the right person, that I also make sure that they are clear on the needs of your friend, and making sure that we don't do anything that you wouldn't be opposed to us doing.
Anything that you wouldn't be opposed
to. I'm not sure that this is a better option.
If you need the person after you're done with your question and we put in their mind together, I mean, that's fine. Mazel tov. I'm happy for you. I'll bring a present. However, if you don't care about them afterwards, well then that opens up opportunities for me to, shall we say, export your little problem and situation so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Gabe, Sai, you're aware that we could just try and jog his memory the old-fashioned way. I have the estate now.
Well, I had asked about that when I had asked about doing the intelligence medicine check, if there was any way to mundanely.
This is all done with Dominate. So there's things that Stanislaw was not very good in covering that is slipping out, but other things are directly dominated over, so he wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
And you're looking for the ones that are dominated over. Stanislaw was sloppy.
Yeah, I thought about that. I'd thought about that.
Stanislaw was sloppy. That's why he's remembering stuff right now. But for the hardcore shit, yeah, you kind of need somebody in his head.
Tell you what, I'll message back to Artemis and say, let's make it a game. Let's see who gets back to me faster, you or William. And we'll go with whoever goes first.
Artemis does an LOL. Well, I responded to your text, didn't I? I win.
Touché.
And then you get a big, in capital letters, boop.
All right. I guess if you can find me somebody, we'll make it there. I should probably clear this with him first.
I'll get back to you within, two nights. Just to make
Sounds
sure
great.
I've got the best person for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay shiny.
You too.
Thank you, darling.
Stay shiny triggers, Gabe. Oh yeah, I've got that thing for Boblin. Okay, Morgan, here's the thing. I'm going to ask for some help. It's going to take a couple days. I hope you don't mind having your brain scrambled. They said that they can put you back.
scrambled like eggs, or scrambled like a deck of cards?
You know,
or-
I always like to picture it like eggs, just because I feel like, if you were to take a brain and then like beat it into like a paste and then like whip it up, I think that would be a bit more accurate.
Are you sure that I should be here and not in Chicago?
No, I'm pretty sure you should be here.
Can we avoid any scrambling of my brain? Like, I understand that there may be some work needed, but like maybe, do we have therapists? Like, is there someone I can talk to?
So, unfortunately, with the ability that Stanislaw used against you, therapy's not going to cut it.
Okay.
It might trigger some memories, but it certainly won't get them all.
I mean, I suppose I have to try, but I really am quite happy existing as I am, and I'd much rather continue as I am than not.
Well, then I suppose it's time I level with you a little bit. See, you may be quite content how you are, but you have information that I need.
Okay. Cloud memory.
Yes, he's going to be one of those people. It's more trouble than
That's
he's
fine.
worth.
That's okay. Go on ahead. What is it? What's the pose?
Give me a moment.
I don't know. Hang on. One
Hold on.
second.
I got you.
Do it to it. Let's see it. I want to see this happen.
Oh, fuck my life. Your cloud memory. It's his. It's Morgan. It's your charisma and dominate versus what's the resolve. This will be highly entertaining.
Crap.
Charisma and dominate. So, however many dice you have in dominate, and how many you have in charisma.
Alright, so this is not going to go well for me.
No.
But, like, that's what he would do, is it'd be like
It's
instantly,
okay.
oh,
It's okay.
like, oh,
Baby vampire has to learn.
He's got to spread his fangs sometime, all right?
well, I mean, it's the best way to stay alive.
Hey.
This person's willing to hurt me to get what they want. Maybe they can not know that I have what they want.
I am all for this. If Baby Venture wishes to do this, Baby Venture is going to get stomped. But this is fine. I'm not saying no to this. I'm here for it.
Do I burn the willpower on the one dice? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, you should.
That's not a good sign, honey.
No.
Okay.
I wanna know.
I'm here for this. I'm
I
here.
wanna see.
I really
wanna see if he does it.
Triple crits, 2 successes.
Okay, so you've got three zeros.
Yes, 3 zeros.
So that's
7 and 9.
it's 5 crit.
Crit 9.
Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 crit. 8 crit.
So while I do this, I'll say, well, couldn't you just forget that I have the information that you need?
So
I
he's
mean, I don't really have it.
as he does this cloud memory, Gabe, you know exactly what he's doing because it comes into your mind and you're like, oh no, baby vampire gonna learn how to baby vampire, and it just the command washes over you very easily.
Formidable try, really.
Oh dear.
Listen, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not out to hurt you or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I would much rather not scramble your brain.
I prefer not to be expendable, all things being equal.
I'm sorry, did Gabe just turn into Darth Vader?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
that growling in the background, yes, that's Gabe right now. He's just putting a
You know, if I'm being like real honest as a player, I'd contemplated pretending like it had worked. But
honestly, that's what I thought you were gonna do. Is be like,
I thought about it. I really did. Tell you what. From what I understand, we have a couple of days. If I give you more explanation into the process, perhaps you would feel more comfortable with allowing it to happen. But since we have a few days, why don't we sit on it? Think about it.
All right.
I will not force you to do something you genuinely do not want to do, but I would say it suffice that it is critically important to the survival of everyone that we do get this information that's in your head.
Would Gabe have explained to Morgan about Sybil?
Not yet. Gabe would probably do that. Gabe has not yet, but it isn't on his list of things.
Okay, so the question then would be, wait, survival of everyone. Why? How?
Yeah. This is then at that point, Gabe would do brief synopsis of She Who Must Not Be Named, including saying She Who Must Not Be Named.
So if you have an actual Voldemort.
Yes. Well, I don't know about the nose.
I mean, superficial changes will happen from iteration to iteration, right?
Sure. Maybe that's where Rowling got the information from. Who knows?
Well, I mean, that might explain the nose.
True.
So, in your gentle banter, you talk up until sunrise and have to go to sleep, as well as Olivia, now in a very quiet home, going into her room and laying down, and with Goldie laying beside her to protect her. I said we end the session.
Yeah.
And
Gabe will cast the extra darkness rituals and the one that prevents sunlight from entering the room, and well, I mean, he's already got that, but
yeah, fair enough.
For Agrippa.
So now, Thorns and Roses, and I'm gonna let the new Kindred go first. Morgan.
I think that it was a great session. A little bit awkward at the beginning, but I think we worked it out, and I think you're going to get that with any new character. I don't really have any thorns.
Yay! Gabe?
I think that this session being done kind of, knowing what I know about things having to sort of be like redone last minute and having D. Written step in as a new character, I think it went really well.
Yay!
So, overall. Fuck you, Junie.
I did nothing this session! They just made you roll shit.
Yeah, you know what you did.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you know what you did.
Nothing! I did nothing. You went to your own tormise, which means absolutely nothing in English, but, you drove your own ship. I take no responsibility for this.
It was good, though. I'm questions officially answered a little bit, so makes me happy.
Nice. Olivia?
I don't have any thorns, I don't think.
Oh, good. At least I only
It
have...
went well. It went well. It was a good session. I've just got a fever and a headache kicking up again.
Oof. Well, the Guru Nation are a bit wild, and we love them bits on things, so you're not wrong. So with that, everyone, thank you so much for coming in. I really, really, really super appreciate it. And it looks like right now our favorites are on. So we're actually going to give a gentle raid and hosty over to our friends over at McStabbers. Do remember that we have, oh good, you remember that one. And we have Family too. So please support the people that we do. Don't forget, Nerdy does dice. Do we have a thing for Nerdy? No, we don't. I guess she pulled that out.
Is there like a cast one?
No. Well,
we'll get that set up this week.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys all coming in here. We're going to give a host over to McStabbers. And don't forget our wonderful 1 hour recap. Well, 1 hour, 1.5, depending on how we're doing it. Recap tomorrow on Take a Breath because it was our last breath today. Thank you so much. See you guys all later. Bye!